NASA.
All
Yeah.
right, y'all, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the GOAT James Kingdom Show with B League and A Johnny. It is Sunday noon Eastern Time, so you know what we do. We talk the GOAT conversation and we bring it directly to all of you Zesty Jeffries because it's nothing else to do during the off season. As you can see, even Craig is out enjoying himself, doing the best that he can do in the Bahamas, living the best life. Shout out to Craig, King John, and Travis for joining me. Shout out to everybody who is here to support us here in GOAT James Kingdom. Peace and blessings to y'all. Thank you so much again. Brandon will be up shortly. He's having a little bit of technical difficulties. But thank you again for joining us. As y'all know, we are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. And here we go. Brandon is right here. We are the GOAT James Kingdom platform, ladies and gentlemen. We do it like none other. We about to have another great Sunday show. As today's show, we're going to discuss what the GOAT should do for the offseason. There's so much stuff going on. Obviously, we know we're in the middle of the NBA Finals. We can discuss that as well, but we're going to discuss the GOAT and the offseason and all the different rumors and everything that's being addressed, from the coaching hiring to being a free agent to playing with his son to all of the things that are available. Who can play for the Lakers? Is LeBron going to still be a Laker? Is Anthony Davis trying to keep LeBron as a Laker? There's a lot to discuss, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to have a great show. Shout out to y'all again. Thanks again for joining us. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to be a member of the channel. So, what up, Brandon? What's good, brother?
Hey, what's good, everybody?
All right. Hey, so, today's show, you and I talked about this. I was going to tell you there's so much going on with LeBron James, right, during this offseason. And the real question is, what would be the ideal offseason as a LeBron James fan? So you and I are big-time LeBron James fans. We are GOAT James Kingdom. What would be the ideal offseason for LeBron James for you?
He returned back to the Lakers, basically.
Okay,
And they
okay.
draft
So
Brodny. Like that's the only scenario he wants anyway. Is for them to
draft,
draft Brodny and return to Lakers.
draft Bronny.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying that they shouldn't waste a pick on Brodny and all this other stuff, but I mean, the Lakers waste picks on every player they draft, so it's not gonna really put a dent in what they're doing.
I feel you. But other than that, so you just want him to re-sign with the Lakers and draft Bronny. That's it for you. That you'll be
Yeah,
happy.
basically.
You'll be ready for 2025.
Yeah, basically.
All right, so King John, let's go to you. You're another LeBron guy. What would be your ideal offseason for LeBron James this offseason?
Win gold in Paris. Um, I do want him to resign back with the Lakers. Um, Also make some improvements to the roster if he's gonna play for the Lakers. Um, I don't know if drafting Bronny is a goal of mine. I do want him to be drafted, but to the Lakers, I don't. I mean, if he get drafted, cool by the Lakers. If he get drafted by somebody else, cool too. I mean, just for your son to be drafted while you're still in the NBA is, I mean, it's crazy to me by itself. So, I mean, those are the things. That's an ideal summer for me.
Okay. All right, so you want him going back to the Lakers as well?
Yeah.
You got him going back to the Lakers? All right, so we don't have too much time with Craig, so we'll let Craig get in. Craig, you as an MJ delegate, but you're not a hater. We want to know what would you think would be the best scenario for LeBron this offseason?
Go somewhere where he could win.
So go
Because
to a
it ain't
title
going to be on the
contender.
Lakers.
Go to a title contender.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, do you have a team? You got a team in mind?
Um, Not really. I mean, it's very hard because it's going to depend on what this TV deal does and how much the salary cap goals go into effect. But yeah, he can literally sign with any team he wants. But the ideal would be go somewhere any title any team but the Lakers team on the West to me will be a good fit for him because what the Lakers is doing now, they talking about Dan Hurley. They don't know what they want to do. They worried about money right now, so they're not worried about winning. They worried about ticket seats, ticket sales. They're not worried about winning right now. You got a college coach and person who never coached before as the top runners to coach what y'all say is the greatest player ever. I don't see that as a winning formula.
Uh oh. yo. Craig dropping bombs like Craig always does. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, Travis. So it's on you, Travis. What do you think would be the ideal offseason for LeBron haters? You're not a hater, so you really can't speak for them. But what would be the ideal for you in general? What do you think he should do this offseason, and what do you think will happen this offseason? And then what do you think his haters want this offseason? How would that fall in? Help us understand that.
Well, I think obviously the haters would just want to see, like, they want Bronny to be on the same team with him because their perception is that Bronny's going to be horrendous, and that uh, obviously if LeBron goes anywhere and doesn't win a title with Bronny on the team, that's going to be a huge narrative, and they can talk about that for a long time. But I think that LeBron is really going to be. Uh, I mean, I think there's a great chance he resigns with Lakers. No matter what anyone wants to say, they have pieces there. They were. It wasn't like they were severely undermanned in the playoffs. They didn't lose just because they got blown off the court. They lost because in certain situations they didn't execute correctly. Their defense lacked off. But I mean, they're not. They're maybe one or two pieces away at most. So they have some room to work with in the cap. They can make a couple trades. I don't think they. I mean, otherwise he could sign with other teams who are willing to make space. Like maybe Cleveland or teams that are looking for maybe on a piece or two. Like, I don't think Orlando would be out of the question. Maybe like, I don't want to say Detroit or San Antonio, even though they have monster cap space, but they're terrible teams. But I would say with the Lakers, play it out. No other team I don't think is going to give you a max deal, no matter how you're producing, because realistically you are 40, and they don't, they're not going to touch or rebuild or anything. But Lakers add one or two more pieces, they'll be good. And I mean, that piece could be Bronny, who knows? But I think that he should just stay there.
Okay, all right. So y'all all say he should stay with the Lakers. Besides Craig, Craig wants him to leave. I'm kind of into the notion that I think LeBron needs to leave. He needs to get out of LA, because I believe they've been trying to sabotage LeBron James' career. They don't want him to get the 5th Kobe title. They don't want him to match Kobe. I think Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka, and even Anthony Davis are all Kobe fans, and they don't want LeBron James to reach his 5th NBA title.
Rob Pelinka is Kobe agent. You playing for Kobe's agent.
No, I'm being serious, man, because let me tell you something. As of right now, LeBron James is not speaking to the Lakers, right? He's not really in touch with them. He's not like communicating for them. He told them, from what I understand, is that whatever coach they're going to select, they should select it for Anthony Davis, for the long term for Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis is reported to being heavily involved in the coaching selection for the Lakers. So obviously, whatever coach they get, it's not going to be for LeBron James. The ideal thing for me, though, if I wanted LeBron James summer to go, man, I guess it would be for him to get the max deal with LA, come back to LA. They find a way to trade D'Angelo Russell, like they do a sign-in trade for him for a team and add some pieces to the team to help them out. Draft Bronny, right? He goes out and win the gold medal and gets his 3rd gold medal for his NBA career, right? And all of that. And then the Lakers come back and they have a great start to the season and win the in-season tournament again. That would end everything perfectly. That would be the great offseason right there. But I don't know, man. He might have to leave the Lakers, man, because what kind of coach are they going to get? You know what I'm saying? LeBron's just going to be sitting around
should
here
go to
just...
Philly.
Like
Go to Philly.
he dealt with these type of coaches his whole career. So I mean, him turning 40, what makes it any different?
Ain't nobody trying to sabotage LeBron's career.
He should go to Philly with Embiid and Maxey.
At this moment, I don't think LeBron wants to be going to team. I believe he wants to stay there and get his way. That's what LeBron wants, to stay there and get his way. Like, what other piece can they add to the Lakers? They already a title contender. They just got to play better in the clutch time.
Facts.
Wait, you see the team that lost in the first round is a title contender?
Of course, they're a title contender.
So everybody that
lost
makes
to
the
the
playoffs
Nuggets.
is a title contenders, right?
They just lost to the Nuggets.
LeBron can't give up
Simple as that.
25 points a game to Aaron Gordon in the clutch time when they're within 4 points per game. It's like, that can't happen.
He just has to play better. Like, I don't
The
understand
man,
how they're not a title
25, 7,
contender.
and what? We need 25, 8, and 9 this year.
That
How much
means
is
that
that?
means
How
absolutely
is they
nothing.
not a title contender? How are they not a title contender?
I just wanted to know a team that lost in the first round, that was down 3-0 in the first round, was a title contender. I just wanted to make sure that's clear. That everybody who makes the playoffs are title contenders. That's what you basically said.
That doesn't make any sense. I said the Lakers. I don't know if you have a hearing deficit, but the
So what?
Lakers are a title
So what
contender.
team have you ever heard of being down 3-0 in the first round that title contenders?
I believe the
So the
Miami
same team.
Heat before it got swept in the playoffs when they was a title contender with Shaq and Wade.
In the
We
first
went
round?
down 0-3. We went down 0-3 to nobody.
Did Miami get swept? Or did they miss the playoffs or did they get
Oh,
swept in the
wait.
playoffs?
You talking about after we won it? Yeah, we got swept in the first
Yeah,
round. Yeah, that was that. Yeah,
yeah,
we
swept in
did.
the first round. Yeah, they were a title contender because they were one of the
Because they
teams
made the
competing for a
finals the
title.
previous year, right? They made the finals the previous year. That's
They
why
won
you
the
think they was a title
championship this
contender.
year.
That's why they
And
was,
they
because
were
they
a
made the
title
finals
contender.
next year.
They were a
They
title
made.
contender. And the Lakers made the Western Conference Finals last year. Though the
I knew
Lakers were definitely a title contender team.
See, I don't get these
a
takes coming
play-in.
in.
Go ahead,
I don't.
Travis.
No, I don't get these takes like that I'm seeing in the comments here. Like a lot of hate toward like people like Reeves. Like, okay, Reeves was not the reason you guys lost. It's not like Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray had arguably his worst playoff shooting series ever against the Lakers, and like you guys still lost because you just couldn't execute. It wasn't about him not performing or somebody else not performing or just magically because their numbers were there for the most part. Obviously, D'Lo had that terrible game, but like. It was just about key moments, critical times. Lakers led for like 80% of that entire series. They choked those games away. They were title contenders. Make no mistake. 80 was the best play. Like you're not gonna like get a better shot at the Nuggets than that. You just got to execute better, like across the board.
I mean, they were a title contender the last 2 years. They lost to the Nuggets. They were the damn Nuggets down, and the Timberwolves capitalized on it.
Mm-hmm.
If the Timberwolves would have played the Nuggets in the first round, the Timberwolves would have lost. They were
Mhm.
exhausted after the Lakers series because they had to compete so hard, always being down. Like Travis said, 80% of the time they were down. They played their asses off to beat the
Yeah.
Lakers.
Nuggets choked too in the next series. You should have closed them out.
Now, I don't know what series you was watching or if you even watched the series, Craig, but those were very competitive games, all the way down to the last minute every game.
I
Mm-hmm.
just
And
never
if
seen a
anybody
team
thinks
that was
the
down
Nuggets were
3-0
not
in
a
the first
title
round
contender,
be title contender.
yes, a
I
team that
never
just
heard that.
like when the Orlando Magic got swept by the Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals, the
Yes,
Magic
but
were
the
a
Eastern
title
Conference
contending team.
Finals, they passed the first round and the second round.
They were a title contending team before they got into the
I just
playoffs,
never heard of a title
just
contender
like the
team
Lakers.
first being in the play-in or whatever, being threatened to play, had to scratch to be out the play-in,
Yeah.
then be down
Listen,
3-0. I've never
listen.
heard
What
of
I know
a
is
title contender.
And they were a title
whatever
contending team
team.
last year when they
Yeah.
finished seventh as well, and they were in the
Exactly.
play-in as well. The Lakers been a title contending team because if they would have
Well,
won the finals, no one would have been surprised because they were a title contending team.
Nobody's ever
How many?
surprised when the GOAT make the finals. You know that, Craig.
So if it
Nobody's
wasn't,
surprised.
so if it wasn't a play-in, if it
Uh
wasn't a
huh.
play-in this year, they would have been the eighth seed. They would have played OKC in the first round. They would have probably be OKC in the first round. The second round, they would have played the winner of Dallas Clippers. They would have probably beat Dallas. And then
are
they
we
would have
going
been in
these?
the Western Conference Finals, so we wouldn't even be questioning if they're a title contender or not.
Oh, we doing ifs now.
I mean,
Well,
Ifs.
you just
we
said
do
play.
we
Doing
do a
ifs
lot.
now.
It's
Scenario to
off
play.
season. The whole show's predicated on what would the GOAT do. I mean, this we just having some fun with it. I mean, a
Lakers
lot could have.
matchup.
Yeah.
Lakers match up great against everyone in that playoffs except for the Nuggets because they have a dominant big man and they had like big stretch threes. But like they would have obliterated OKC. I thought OKC was the most overrated team in the entire league. Like who do you have? You have Shea,
How
and
the
then I
number?
thought Chet was super overrated as well. You had Lou Will, who I love, and like you got some role players,
How was
but
the
like
number one seed
they got exposed versus
overrated?
Dallas.
Like, look, y'all
Oh,
some true Laker fans, man. Y'all some true Laker fans.
What you talking about, Travis here? Travis is not a Laker fan.
Hold on, Craig. What was the Thunder record versus the Lakers this season?
What they?
Oh,
But
and
they
10.
lost to them 3 times this year.
They didn't beat them once. So why are you talking about like they were this great team? Like
They
they
was the
barely
number one
won in the
seed.
first round.
They made it further than the Lakers.
They was
Okay.
the, They was a number 1 seed, just like Sacramento was a number 3 seed last season. I mean, nobody was worried about Sacramento last year.
Sacramento's a piece away too.
The playoff is about matchups. The playoffs is about matchups, and the Lakers just didn't match up well versus Denver for whatever reason.
And they lost almost every game in the clutch time. They matched up well enough.
Yeah.
I mean, they just didn't execute down the stretch like Travis was saying in the fourth
They were
quarter.
winning every game. They just didn't match up well enough.
Trade.
It wouldn't matter.
Trade AD for Jimmy Butler, so that way we can trade Anthony Davis for Joel Embiid, right? And we can get Joel Embiid in Miami, and we can have a whole great offseason and a great stir up of everything. That would be the best thing ever. Shout out to you, Zero. Peace to you. Thank you
Trade
for joining
Hightower
us, man.
for Prime Shaq too. Let's get him in there.
Ain't nobody trading AD for any stars.
Yeah, trade AD for an older, smaller
draft
player.
package. Yeah, they're gonna get a draft package.
I don't know. I
Lakers
just don't
gonna screw
understand
up.
how the most talented league, the most athletic players had an overrated first seed team. I don't know. Like it's very
called
mind-boggling. How you can win
It's
almost
called-
60 games and be
called
overrated.
Are you like? Do you think all number 1 seeds are in the finals or something? Like, have you watched
I
basketball,
think
Craig,
all number
throughout the
one
years?
seeds are better than 7th and 6th seeds. Like they
Not
all
really.
play the
There's
same
been
amount
number
of
1
games.
seeds.
They
There's
all
been
play
number
the
1
same
seeds and
amount of
number 2
teams.
seeds to lose to the 7th and 8th seeds all the time. This is nothing new in basketball. Nothing
I'm
new in
just saying.
basketball. College basketball, the number 1 rated team could lose to
Because
a mid-major team.
college
This is
basketball is
basketball.
one and
Hey,
done.
Brandon, was
It's
anybody
just the same way. NFL the same way. Every sport's the same way. There's no
Brandon,
guarantee a number 1 team is the best.
Brandon,
y'all?
was anybody surprised when the number 7 seed Lakers last season beat the number 2 seed Memphis Grizzlies in the first
Apparently
round?
Craig was.
Was anybody
No, I
surprised?
had them beating Memphis because they was a young team.
Okay. So everything you said don't make sense then. If you had them winning, so nothing you said makes sense.
But the
then.
Lakers
He
did not
said-
play
he said Memphis was a
OKC
young
this
team.
season.
He said
The
Memphis
Lakers
was
lost
a
to
young
a
team.
2 seed, a 3 seed.
He said
They
Memphis
didn't beat
was a
a
young team.
higher seed than them. They lost
Denver
to a
was a
higher
2 seed.
seed.
So basketball just started last month. Is that what you're saying?
It started in September. That's why they play 82
Basketball
games.
just
And whoever
started
wins
last
the
month. So
most
anything
games
that
is a higher
happened
seed.
prior doesn't matter. Anything that happened prior doesn't matter. Just only this season. So there's no way a 7 seed is supposed to lose to a 2 seed starting in 2024.
I'm just saying how y'all could say a team that went to the to the Western Conference Finals was overrated. That's what all I'm saying. Y'all just saying the Lakers was great because they made the Western Conference Final. So how can OKC be overrated and they did the same thing the Lakers did?
Okay, so
Y'all
you
don't
make
say the Lakers is, so y'all saying the Lakers was a title contender because they made the Western Conference Finals, but OKC is overrated because they was the 2 seed, the 1 seed, and made the Western Conference. That doesn't make sense.
The Lakers was a title contending team because they were one of the teams competing for titles this year.
What I think-
So everybody who was in the playoffs are competing for a title. That's why they're in the playoffs.
What I think we meant by
That's
that,
true.
Craig, was
That
like
is
not
true.
that they had an overrated team, but like when you're during the regular season, not a lot of teams are going to apply to make adjustments against you. You're just another game on their schedule. You can catch them off guard with a lot of the matchups. When
Y'all
you get
just
to the
giving Lakers
playoffs,
too
it's
many damn excuses.
Of
When you get to
all
the
the
playoffs, it's
teams,
completely
everybody wanted to play the Thunder. Of all the teams, they would say, "Yes, give us the number 1 seed." There's
And
not
let's
one team in the NBA that said, "I don't want to play the Thunder." They all want to play the Thunder.
And let's be clear, OKC did not make the Western Conference Finals, so we can be clear. They lost in the second round to Dallas.
They went farther than the Lakers.
Okay.
Who's a title contender?
Hey, remember, OKC is a young team, like you said.
All right, Craig. Craig, do you believe OKC would have beat the Nuggets?
No,
I give them a better chance than the Lakers.
Okay. Do you believe OKC would have beat the Nuggets? Answer the question, Craig. Come on.
You want me to do a what if? Did they play each
No,
other?
do you believe OKC would have beat the Nuggets? Yes or no?
he don't. He
Yeah,
don't believe it.
yeah, they could have
No.
beat them. Yeah,
Okay. All right. So basically everything you said don't make sense. All right. Let's just move
we
on.
would never know. We would never know because they didn't play each
So
other.
basically
Maybe
you
next
said-
year. Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe OKC would be an eight.
Hey, Cheers to Craig. Craig is enjoying his vacation. They love you, Craig, in the
Goddamn right.
comments, man.
Hey, if you see LeBron, Craig, tell him to come on the show.
Shout out to everybody in the comments, man. So, okay, so we all, but you know what? Man, if the Lakers do get Bronny, that would be a good look, though. That wouldn't be a bad look at all. But before the Lakers can do anything, we all know, I think that's you, Craig. I think you have a little bit of, Craig is out there enjoying. He's on the beach, y'all. Shout out to
Having
Craig.
a drink
Be
with
safe.
LeBron.
Oh, he's having
Yeah.
a great time. He is having a great time. But we all know that LeBron's going to be playing for the USA. So winning the gold does what to GOAT James's legacy? Start with you, Brandon.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No more anything.
Nothing at all. That's it. Not
It's
having one.
it's just extra games we could watch him play before the NBA season. That's all it is. But if he loses, it's going to be damaging to his career.
Oh my God! How?
Because they believe losing in the finals is a negative thing. So imagine losing in the Olympics, even though he's 40, damn near 40, 39.
Here we go with the age excuse. I'm putting it in early. So why is he playing at 39? Let somebody younger play. Why is he playing at 40? If that's the age
Because he's
excuse,
LeBron James.
give
he's
it,
LeBron
give it to
James.
somebody young.
Oh,
LeBron James.
LeBron James. LeBron
Look, I'm
James.
using the age excuse already.
James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron.
So, so Craig, who should they replace him with? Who should they replace him with?
Chet Holmgren.
Isn't Chet Hogan like Australian or something? No.
I don't know what he is.
Didn't Josh Hart make the team?
No.
I don't think so.
Replacing with Kyrie Irving.
Is Brunson on the team?
Is who?
Nope. Bronson. Is he on there?
No, he's not.
No,
I don't
yeah,
think
Brunson's
he is.
not there. So Craig, should we replace LeBron James for Brunson?
Kyrie Irving.
No.
Mitchell?
Nobody trusts Irvin to now. Nobody trusts Irvin to now. But everyone wants to see LeBron James play. That's why he's playing. Nobody wants to see anyone else.
So don't use the age excuse if you lose.
Nah,
if they lose, they lose.
But Craig, you should be going at Brandon. Brandon basically said if he wins, it means nothing, but if he loses, it means a lot. Like it means something against his legacy. So
Nobody even using his age. I'm saying that if he loses, even though he's not in his prime at age 39, they're going to make a big deal out of it.
If he wins a gold, that adds to his legacy. He'll have 3 gold medals. What the hell?
Oh, shots fired.
I mean, Craig, you have never said anything about one of LeBron's gold medals, so it doesn't mean anything to you as well.
People talk about the bronze. People talk about bronze. That's what they talk about. They talk about the bronze.
Even though he was 19.
Hey, he's 39. He's 39. See, look, y'all used, 20 years y'all used an AJ excuse. Damn.
Even though he was
20
19.
years y'all used AJ excuse. First he was too young, now he'll be too old.
Craig, you've got the villain from Training Day on your side here, so you can't.
Yeah, Alonzo from Training Day is loving Craig. He said Craig is on A1. If this is a 3-point contest, Brandon would be Michael Jordan and Craig would be Stephen Curry.
Craig would be LeBron James because LeBron played with Jordan 3 too.
Nah, I wouldn't play that long. I wouldn't play that long.
So we got Craig's take. So Craig says if he wins, it helps his legacy, right? That'll be 3 gold medals, winning it at 39, especially if he contributes, right? All right. So let's bring it to John because John mentioned that would be an ideal thing for LeBron fan to see is him win the 3rd one. What does winning gold do to LeBron's legacy?
I mean, I think it matters in a way. I mean, 3 gold medals and I mean, ending his career. I think this is showing that he see the end coming real soon. Him playing in the Olympics now and him enjoying basketball again and maybe putting himself in better shape playing against other players this summer can help him to next season. I tell
you what, he got energy to play in the Olympics. He got energy to play 82 games next year.
So, John, are you saying the GOAT is basically sizing up his competition, showing them that he's still gonna play with them, right? He gonna show up and practice and ball out, right? And let all them know how good he is, right? He's still the GOAT. I like that there. I like that there, bro. I like that there. I like that.
When you like competition, you like competition. We tell each other what killer instinct means, and you. I
Ooh.
mean, to me, you a killer. You at 39 years old, and I'm still ready for anybody, any takers. Let's go. I mean, Anthony Apple's gonna be there. KD gonna be there. Let's go. Let's do this.
Steph gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
Steph gonna be there too?
Yes, Steph
Oh,
gonna
Hmm.
be there.
You've got Bam,
oh,
KD, Steph,
oh
Kevin
my
Durant,
God.
Edwards.
Oh
Your
my
team's
God.
loaded.
It is loaded. It is really loaded.
This team is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. That's gonna be so much fun. All right, Travis. So
Plus,
what's your take?
Joel Embiid's supposed to play too.
Yeah.
What? Joel,
Yeah,
Yeah.
wait,
Joel
Joel,
play.
Joel, he's American?
he
No,
yeah
but he's gonna
yeah
play for him. Yeah.
And
yeah
when
he,
they
Yeah,
he
said when they
he's a
return
citizen.
like a
dual.
90.
He got dual citizenship, so he's
Yeah, he
gonna
got
play.
dual citizen. Yep.
So I think that
Let
I
me
mean, it
check out
definitely adds to his
Greg.
legacy because it's a gold medal. I mean,
Yeah.
you're on the team that want to go medal. Like, there's no, you can't really diminish it. And also, it's going to
Uh-oh.
be, I think, a little bit more significant because you're going to have be up against because the international competition gets
Are you
better every single year. It just does because you have lots more players who are going to be representing their own countries and like they're just gunning for you. Obviously, I think Team USA should win because they're ridiculous right now, but that's if they show up. We've seen them not show up in the past, but I mean, yeah, I definitely think that they win, and LeBron obviously is leading from the front to some regard. I mean, it definitely can enhance the legacy. Like, I don't think it can diminish it. So,
All
I
right.
mean, I'm just saying, like, it won't matter in the GOAT debate, basically. Like, they
oh yeah,
won't
no,
bring it up.
definitely,
They never bring up the GOAT, but to his legacy, it matters to him.
yeah,
So the media
it won't
do
move
not
the
ever
needle for
talk
the goat
about it.
debate.
But
He'll
even
still
with
be
like
second.
you said, yeah, you saying he's the greatest. But anyway, when you were saying like he's playing versus the best international team, it's different because they're all split up. The U.S. is the only team that has the best players on the same team. Like none of the European teams have a team like the NBA team. But then again, the NBA team, the USA team, still struggles with them. So it's going to be different.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
So
they play against their rules. I mean, it's their rules they play against. So I mean, if they was playing in the U.S. rules, would it be a different story? So
Over here. Over
hey, look, over here, hey, make sure you get Craig's drink. That way,
You
just
give me a
hurry
pina
up.
colada, man.
Hurry up. Get that drink over here, girl. I need me some margarita or something.
you got a
I need
mojito.
I thought
a
I muted myself.
mojito.
My bad.
Greg can't even invite a fellow Jordan delegate. What the fuck?
I mean, those are slim out there.
Oh my God. Craig out there with the polo shorts. He ain't got on no J's, no nothing, man. That's a failure, Craig. That's a failure. That is a
No
failure.
jersey.
No,
What
yeah,
the?
man. He's enjoying his life, man. Shout out to you, man. Be safe out there in Bahamas in your vacation. But for me, you know what? I think this helps his legacy, obviously, because like Brandon said, if it hurts his legacy, it has to help if he wins another one, right? And especially if he's a contributing factor, which I don't think he's going to be. I think he's going to be more like a mascot to it. He probably won't have the most minutes. You know what I mean? So, but it's definitely fun for him to do that. Like you said, it keeps him. I think he believes that for him to keep playing, he has to keep playing, right? So he doesn't want to take a 3-month stretch off. If he can play within this stretch, like you said, keep him warm, get him ready, have him running right into the season, full speed, strength ahead, would be great. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it too as well because it'd be nice because the Olympics is actually a little bit better now. The basketball is not like USA is not a runaway favorite, but it'd be good to see these guys play together and see how good they'll be. So I'm looking forward to them to win the gold. Again, Alonzo says it's gold or nothing. Like 6-0, right, Alonzo? Like
I
6
think
and 0.
LeBron is probably going to play the most minutes because he's going to want to be on the court because this is different. He's playing with players he wants to play with. So this is not like the All-Star game that it means nothing. This means something to LeBron. So he has KD and Steph Curry right on the side of him. He's going to be playing his ass off.
You're gonna be playing his ass off. I feel you on that.
The last time
I
he
feel you
played
on that.
with a teammate on the USA, they wound up being on the same team together in the NBA.
So what player is that, Craig? Tell us what player he's gonna be playing with, Craig. Which one?
I mean, he always wanted to play with Curry, so you know.
Well, he's already be signed by the time the Olympics start. So I don't think it's going to be
Oh,
too much of a chance unless someone comes to them next year.
oh my God, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. So,
So
all right,
LeBron
so
agent.
yeah, y'all go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to become a member of the channel, as we're going to be doing special perks and special contests very shortly for all of our members. Again, y'all, we are also live on our Facebook group. Shout out to everybody who's following us in our Facebook group. But we are also at TikTokers. We're on Discord, Instagram, and Twitter. We are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. This is the Sunday afternoon show that we go live every Sunday. The GOAT James Kingdom show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. You guys know what we do. We don't run from anybody or the conversation at all. So thanks to everybody in the comments. We see everybody here having a good time, going back and forth. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button. Again, y'all hit that like button and make sure y'all check us out on other platforms and check out our membership at GOAT James Kingdom. All right, so Brandon just got off for a sec, but we were just about to go on to actually a better topic, right? Because I don't know if y'all noticed this. The GOAT won the ESPN
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Finals MVP.
Hmm.
ESPN
He
polls matter now.
no, well, wait a minute now. Hold on now, Craig. Craig, I thought you muted yourself, Craig. Where'd you come from, Craig?
Nice.
ESPN
Where did
polls
you
matter
come?
now.
I'm just saying. There was a poll of over 250,000 people plus who voted for this. As you can see, LeBron James 2016 NBA Finals is considered the best finals of all time. All right, I didn't make this up, Craig.
No,
This
they
is
said the
not.
best final MVP, not the best finals.
Yeah, finals MVP. Well, that's the best finals. What else is going to be, Craig?
No, the best final MVP.
Huh?
I mean, the
What else
best
can it be?
performance for a
Let's
final
just be
MVP.
technical. The best Finals MVP for so Craig to get it.
Is it
That's what it literally
Craig?
say on the paper. What else?
Yeah,
How can I
let's
interpret
just be
anything
technical with
other than what
Craig.
it says on the
Let's be
paper?
technical with Craig.
It literally says that on the graph. What? How else can you spin it to be anything other but the greatest final peak when it says it on the paper?
Oh, okay. So it says it. It
Hey,
says it
hey,
on the
let
paper.
Craig. Hey,
Let's just be
I
technical
agree
with
with
Craig.
Craig. I
It's,
Let's
agree
be
with
technical
Craig.
because you gotta hurt Craig when he saw that. Let's be
I'm
technical.
not hurt. LeBron James had to win
He's
what
very
ESPN?
hurt.
Well,
As soon as you brought it up, he the first one to snap at it.
I'm just saying because when we post about ESPN, it's media. It's media. Don't listen to them. Don't believe them when they say something favor Jordan.
But
But
nobody said anything. You
soon
didn't
as
even
Nobody
give us
said
a
LeBron,
shit.
chance. You didn't even give us a chance. So, all right, Craig, since you wanted to speak first, we're going to let you speak first on it. Does LeBron winning the greatest finals MVP of all time mean anything? Does it mean anything, Craig? Anything at all?
yes, it does. That means people view he had the greatest finals performance for a finals MVP in history. And you can make an argument for that. Lee led all teams in every category. He came back from 3-1, and he beat a 73-win team.
I got no response. I got no response for that, Craig.
Yeah, I mean, after he did it, everyone said it was the greatest performance ever in the finals. So it's not like it's something we don't know.
Yeah, like I said, you can make an argument for that. People gonna have other opinions. That's why it was between the 93 and the 2016. They both
Okay.
defeated the reigning MVP that season. They both did
I
what they
mean,
needed to
don't
do
be
to
trying to bring
will their teams to
like it was
victory.
close. Don't try to act like it was close. Craig. Come on, don't act like it's close.
Okay. I'm glad that LeBron finally won an ESPN media vote. I'm glad he finally won one. Because now all the others is validated. All the ones
I
that
think the
have
problem
Jordan
is
the
that the
GOAT,
votes was kind of
have
close.
Jordan the best
Should have been
athlete,
close.
have Jordan the best person by ESPN. Those are all
The best
validated by this
hairstyle,
poll.
Should they?
the best
Should they?
hairstyle.
Did they pick the right Jordan year, Craig? Did they pick the right one?
It would be just between a 93 and a 91, in my opinion.
I think
Okay,
93 was. I think 93 was the right one.
I mean, the 93 because he averaged 40 plus. He's the highest.
Yeah,
But
because of
but the
statistics.
91, he was what
91
30 and
because of statistics.
yeah.
He was
The
31
same
and
thing
11,
LeBron was
right?
statistics.
In
Led
91,
every
he was
team in all the
33 and 11.
categories.
Yo, that is funny. All right, Craig, you done, Craig? You got
Yeah,
it
I'm
out,
done.
Craig. You got it.
I'm waiting for another drink.
Nice.
I mean, I don't even think Jordan I don't think Jordan should even been in the top 5. But okay, it is what it is. I think it should have been a landslide win for LeBron.
Lance, I think it was. I think out of the 200 and some thousand votes, LeBron got like close to 200,000 or something similar to that. But it was definitely more for
Should have
LeBron.
been close.
Yeah, it should have been close. But I find it funny though that he won it because, like you said, these guys create all the little extra accounts and all that other crazy stuff. So, but let me get y'all two takes, and I'm gonna put the link up for everybody. So let's start with you. Yeah, Brandon, what's your take? Does it mean anything that he won this? That he
I
got the
don't mean
votes?
anything because everybody knew LeBron was the best. They just need to start voting for what they already know. Just like when they asked who's the GOAT. I mean, I don't understand why they still voted for Jordan anyway. It doesn't make any sense. LeBron
I can
James is clearly the
I can tell you
greatest
why.
player of all time and the best final performance. Just because Jordan got nice shoes don't mean you should vote for him. Just because he averaged 30 points per game don't mean you should vote for him. But it is what it is.
You the one sound bitter. Even when
Right?
he
And
wins,
I'm
you
just saying
bitter.
it should be close. It shouldn't be close. It shouldn't even be a
Even when he
question.
wins, you bitter. You can't just
I
say
ain't better. I'm just saying, like Jordan shouldn't be in the conversation no more.
Oh
that's your
my
What?
opinion, but millions
god!
other by acclamation.
You know, because he got nice shoes. That's what
Acclamation!
I'm saying. He has nice
Acclamation.
Acclamation!
shoes. He has nice
Acclamation!
shoes.
He
He
has
has
The
nice
nice
shoes.
greatest
shoes.
of all
And
time. You want me to
he
start?
has a nice win share per 48. That's about all.
Hey,
That's about all.
you just got to convince the half of the other world to have your viewpoint, and maybe people will start saying
I'm
he's the
just
GOAT like
saying,
you.
they just like the guy's shoes. Simple as that.
Let's just get off Objectivity Island and go into random bullshit territory here.
His
All right,
shoes are nice.
so come up, so step up, Travis. Come up to the plate. What does it mean for fans to have voted LeBron's 2016 Finals as the greatest finals of all time, greatest
Well,
Finals
obviously, I don't
MVP of
have
all
any
time?
problem. I don't have any problem at all with him winning that. I mean, because he had an incredible finals. Obviously, when you lead every team, statistically, I don't think that it was. I mean, it was impressive, yes, but like there was like he was arguably one of the biggest people on the court there. Like, who's going to beat him in rebounds? Obviously, he's a facilitator, but he was also leading in blocks and steals. So I mean, that's great. But I mean, there's an argument. I mean, 2000 Shaq, like almost 40 points and like 17 rebounds, and like he's out there like single-handedly destroying like the other team with like
Definitely over Jordan.
60
Definitely
shooting.
over Jordan. Right.
Like you almost
Yeah,
like you
Definitely
can
over
Shaq and
easily
the
Jordan.
argue that you could
Pacers
argue
team.
95 Hakeem when he was out there again winning that
Mhm.
series again almost single
Definitely over
handedly with
Jordan.
32 and 15.
Definitely over
Jordan
Jordan.
obviously has an argument. I would agree with Craig. I mean, I love dude 99 when he's 93 NBA Finals when he's averaging 41 points and over 50% shooting and like 8 boards and like 6 assists and he's leading in steals. I mean, and 91 where he's leading both teams in blocks or in blocks, steals, rebounds or not rebounds but assists and points. Like you could take your pick. I mean, I don't
Not
think it's a.
assists. Not come on, Craig. Come on, Travis. We discussed this. He
I'm
did
sorry,
not
not
lead both
assists,
teams
but he's
assists.
leading his
Just
entire
say
team in a.
points. Just say
So
points.
he's dropping 31 and 11 on 55% shooting and leading his team in blocks and steals. Like you're gonna
Then he
have
had a
you
game
can
where he only missed 3 shots. He was
yeah
what
you can
18
argue
from the
you can
field.
argue
He
for
was
that.
like
Well, LeBron it was
80%.
impressive, but let's not act like it was like the best statistical thing that's ever happened. He led those teams, yes, but there's been other better statistical NBA finals in my opinion.
Wow. Then LeBron in 2016.
I
We just
mean,
named like two of them.
I could tell you
you
one player
not
that
named
wasn't in
one
this, and that
person
was
who was
Wilt.
all five. You haven't named
No,
one person
no,
who's all
I
five
agree.
yet.
Leading, no, but like people have averaged more points, assists, steals. It's not like the best one ever.
No,
It's
no,
Not
no, no.
all
Think about
together. Not all
nobody.
together.
Travis, can you agree that averaging the most throughout the series, because that's what you want to talk about the average. He averaged the most throughout the series in every category,
yeah,
points,
yeah,
rebound, like, for both teams. So
yes,
you're
and
just
that's
saying you're just saying just because somebody led in points more here, or led in assists more here, or led in rebounds more here, or more blocks here, just because they did one category more than LeBron during their finals run, that makes them better.
no, that's not at all what I said. I said you can easily have that argument for LeBron winning. That's impressive. You can. I'm not mad at him winning that thing because that's
Uh
something
huh.
that's not likely ever to be done again. But what I'm saying is you can have an opinion that others had a better or a greater NBA Finals than him. Like I would take Shaq's probably over anyone's just for a sheer impact. He was
Who?
out there.
Who?
Like
The
you're
Which
not
which
gonna
2000?
which one? Which Shaq won?
the 2000
Which
NBA
one?
Finals before he got hurt. Again, he
Is
was
that
like they
versus
weren't. They had
the
no
Pacers?
chance of. They had no chance of beating him. Like you think we're not going to beat that team because prime Shaq, he was gonna give you 40 points on 60% shooting. He was gonna give you 3 blocks a game. He was gonna give you 17 boards. You were not gonna beat that man until he got hurt. And like obviously Kobe came in, but Shaq was maybe Kareem in 1980 too before he got hurt. Like 33 points, 18 boards, like 5 blocks a game. Like what are you talking about? Like these are people who are just
What
going
are
to
you talking about? The Dallas down
single-handedly
3-1 versus a 73 win team. Led every player in the top 5 statistical categories, and you're really talking about other players.
And he also was the first time two
Why
players
wouldn't I?
scored 41 points on the same team in that
Because
series
you're
too.
saying because Shaq didn't lead in assists, like you can't compare that to what LeBron did. That's bullshit.
No, LeBron led the series in assists, the whole series, not just
I don't
leading
care.
assists.
I don't
I don't
understand
care.
what you guys trying to put together. This doesn't make any sense. What are
What
you
doesn't
trying
make
to
any
put
sense?
together?
What doesn't
Because
make
he
any sense?
averaged more points and rebounds? Is that your argument?
More
Now
points,
you know
rebounds,
how we
blocks,
feel like when we
better
show you the
percentage.
polls about Jordan, and we got to defend why the polls have Jordan as the GOAT in these polls. The same way you're
There's
doing
no
about why
defending
LeBron
while
is the Finals
this is
MVP.
this is
This
a landslide
welcome
in
to
NBA
our
history.
world.
This is a
Welcome to our
landslide.
world. Welcome to
Okay,
our
73
world.
win team down 3-1. This is a
Welcome.
land. This is not
Well, the
even a
GOAT
question.
letting down
This is not
3-1
even
in
a
the
question.
final
so
series.
here we go. So Brennan, he averaged 29, 11, 8, almost 9 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Okay, right? Is that the best stat line you ever heard?
Say that again. Say that stat line
So
again. I want to make sure you say that
LeBron's
again.
average in
Uh-huh,
that series
uh-huh,
was
uh-huh.
Let me
29,
hear it.
11, let's just say 9, 2.5 steals, and 2.3 blocks. Is that the
Okay, wait,
greatest
wait.
stat line you ever heard?
So you're saying he averaged 29 points,
Understand what you're
Okay.
saying. I don't think you understand what you're saying.
11 rebounds,
I don't think you understand what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
nine assists,
I don't really think you understand
Okay.
what you're saying.
over 2 steals, and over 2 blocks per game.
Yes.
What was the
Do
field
you
goal percentage?
understand what you're saying?
What was the
Okay.
field goal
The
percentage?
his field percentage is 49%.
And what was his 3-point percentage?
37.
What was his free throw percentage?
72.
So he was shooting 49, 37, and 72 in a 7-game series, averaging 29, 11, 9, 2, and 2. Travis.
That sounded like a lot of field goal attempts per game too.
Sound like something would never happen again. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah,
Sound
we
like
would never see.
50%.
I don't understand why you guys are getting so bent
That
out of shape. Like I'm just saying there's an argument
You
for a
get out
couple
of
of the
shape. Like,
players.
I don't understand why this is
Don't
an
worry,
argument.
Travis. This is the first time that LeBron won anything on ESPN, so they gotta get. They're not used to him winning anything on ESPN.
Facts. Well, obviously,
It's
I
not
watch
even.
Bulls
I
games.
don't even care about the ESPN. We care about
Oh
you guys
my
trying to make up
God.
this narrative that someone had a better or similar performance than the greatest performance in finals
The
history.
GOAT.
Nah,
No one
that's
could do what
true.
LeBron James
It's
did.
only the greatest because he led every team with
The
those
only
stats.
player who could do this if you created a robot. It's the only player who could have
Cause
done what
half
LeBron
the
did.
other
If you
team didn't
create a
play full
robot,
7 games.
if you create a robot, maybe if you create a robot,
Okay,
maybe.
so
Or
I
maybe
doubt
okay,
it
so
it'll
though.
let's
happen
look
again
at
if another team goes to the finals and miss 3 players. That's all. It'll happen again.
what missed 3 players? Who missed 3 players?
Who's those 3 players they missed?
Draymond Green missed the game. Whatchamacallit
Okay, one
had a
game.
broken leg.
Bogut was
Who had a
out.
broken leg? Who had a broken
Bogut
leg?
was out. I'm just saying. You saying
Oh,
leading
okay.
both teams? He played 7 games. The other team didn't have all their players play 7 games.
I mean, they just couldn't keep up with the GOAT.
They,
It ain't the GOAT fault.
hey, someone gets suspended. Hey, he got somebody suspended because he got called the bitch in the game.
That ain't why he got
I
suspended.
mean, he got suspended because he's tried to do something dirty and he got
Yeah.
reprimanded for it.
So
That man
everyone has
Yeah,
dominant.
this shouldn't even be a question. I don't even know.
Just like the
It's not
GOAT
even one
debate. It
performance.
shouldn't be a
So
question. It
so
shouldn't be a
B
I
question.
don't know
Just
why it
like
is. I
this
don't know why y'all
debate
keep bringing up
shouldn't be a
Jordan. I
question.
understand. I do not know why y'all keep bringing up Jordan.
You're not being
I
objective.
understand, Greg.
conversation.
You're just not being
But
objective.
B Lee, I do understand what Travis is saying, but Travis, do you understand what they're saying? Like he's the only person to do it. That's
I
why it's not
literally
a
said that
conversation.
4 different times that I
But,
understand
but
and I
hear
completely
me out.
support.
Hear me out, bro. Hear me out. Hear me out. I will agree with you with this though. If we're talking dominant performances, Jordan's not number 2. He's nowhere near close. The only person I can think of, and I'm about to steal Sturdy's take, is Shaq. just because he was just crazy. But even then, it's not going to dwarf LeBron's just because, yes, Shaq went 38 and 17, went for like 38, 17 for the series. Got it. But at the same time, he didn't lead in every statistical category like LeBron did for both teams. So I understand what you're saying, but this is why B. Lee's like, there's just no comparison. And I feel him. He came back to just the narrative of what happened in the playoffs. And just the statistical dominance for that series is just unprecedented, and I don't think it'll ever be duplicated.
Travis, would you say that's a top 5 stat line in the finals?
Of course. Let me ask you a question, Twin Man.
Never happened before.
If you put this stat line, 31 points, 7 rebounds, 11 assists, 3 steals and a block and a half up against, and on 55% shooting, up against 29 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, 2.5 steals, and 2.5 blocks on 49% shooting. Which one are you going to take?
I don't think anybody's arguing that the stats, like if you just look at the stats, then like, yeah, it'll be different.
I'm gonna take the first stat line. But then there's context.
It wasn't
that has
Jordan's
to be
fault
done.
that other people were putting up better numbers.
Wait. 30 seconds. Wait. It was what? It was 31 points.
31
Wait,
points.
you're saying 31 points, 7 rebounds, 11 assists,
No,
3
31.7.
steals.
Yeah, 7 rebounds, 11.4 assists, 2.8 steals and a block and a half on 55% shooting.
There's context that has to be put on it, though, Travis.
What was the 3-point shooting, Travis? What was the 3-point shooting, Travis?
3-point shooting is 50%. Free throw percentage 84%.
He shot 50% in 91 finals.
Yeah, but he's only taking a few threes a game.
He probably 5 or 10.
Okay. No, that helps. That helps. I'm just saying. I don't know. They're both doubles.
It's like I said, I'm not mad that LeBron won that. In fact, I probably would have voted for him. But like, you can't sit here and say there wasn't an argument that you can make.
There's not an argument because they won 4 to 1. That's the argument. They won 4 to 1.
A lot of other people. What? 4 to 1.
They won 4 to 1. It's not an argument.
I only think it's not an argument because it was against the 93 numbers. I think the numbers you came up with in the 91 numbers probably would have been a better argument, but the 93 numbers were a little different.
It's a better argument, but it's not an argument. Still,
I mean, 93 numbers were great too. I mean, 41 points on 50% shooting.
They were.
And both of them are a losing argument.
I mean, if you just use the numbers without context, then yeah, LeBron's numbers aren't going to be like the best. But if you're using context, there's a reason why everybody says the 2016 finals are probably the greatest finals ever. You know, the 3-1 comeback, it's hard to top that.
Yeah, I think it's
just more so what's your criteria, what you favor and value.
Right.
Some people favor what I was saying. Some people favor the dominance and some people favor the dominance and the fact that if I sweep my competition or it goes 5 games, I didn't need to come back 3-1. Others value the situation and how the degree of difficulty. I just think it really just depends on your criteria. And based off that, I issue a challenge to Go James Kingdom. That's right. A. Johnny, B. Lee, I issue a challenge. I challenge you guys to not only come up with that criteria, but also rank the top 10 greatest finals performances regardless of finals MVP, win or loss. That's my challenge to Go James Kingdom.
Starting in 1 year.
All right,
LeBron,
that's interesting.
I'll make it easy.
1969. No, 1969.
No. Regardless, no. I'm saying regardless of Finals MVP, that's the challenge, and I'll make it easier because these guys love empirical numbers. So I'm gonna make it a time frame where most of the empirical numbers are available. Start with 1970s and up. So at least from that point, there's majority of stats that can be accumulated. Other guys like Bill Russell and Wilt, who had great finals performances. Unfortunately, we don't have some numbers like steals and blocks to really quantify how it is. And remember, Johnny and B. Lee, I'm saying whether your team won or lost, that needs to take in criteria.
That's gonna be hard, just because like if everything was available.
That's a lot of information.
Hey, this is Go J Kingdom, man. This is Go J Kingdom. This is one of the best at making objective criteria.
No, but this is the thing. We already have a formula. The problem is that we would just have to do the research. So meaning, right, we would have to figure out what was the most points scored in the final. What was the most points per game ever averaged in the finals, and such, and then from there compare everybody's finals to
But
those
no, no,
grades.
but
'Cause again,
no,
that's all
but
right.
Johnny, I
That's
want
the
you to
GOAT
take into
James
account.
Kingdom
Yeah,
formula. That's the
yeah.
Kingdom. So all we have to do is figure out what categories we want to count, figure out which are the greatest performances in the finals for each individual category, and then we can just grade players to that, and we good to go.
No, but like that's too easy from this standpoint, right? Like I said earlier,
Uh huh.
a player who played in 7 games are going to have an advantage over a guy who only played in 4 games because of the cumulative numbers, right? So,
Hey,
Yeah,
and
that
another thing
doesn't
too.
that doesn't
Average.
matter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
No,
do
no,
we're
no,
gonna use the
that's just for
averages as
averages.
well.
yeah,
But
we do
But
also,
I'm
average.
just saying
okay, you
we're
have
gonna use
okay.
averages as well. We'll use averages as well,
No,
which also
no,
the averages help players who played less games.
I was going to ask this question too. Are you guys going
Mm-hmm.
to do relative competition?
How
But
do,
But
how
let's
do
be
you
How do you
honest.
do that?
how are we going to do
How do
that?
we
How are we
measure
going to
that?
that was my
that's
question?
How do we measure
I
that?
have an
that's
idea. I have an
completely
idea.
subjective.
I have an idea. I have an idea. I have an idea. What you
Uh huh.
can do, you can go
Mm-hmm.
by of that team's ranking, defensive and offensive rating for that season. I would
But how?
recommend
Okay, hold
playoffs
on,
ranking.
hold on, wait, but no,
Yeah.
but wait. Okay, let's just say I can't tell you right now, but let's just say, obviously we know the Chicago Bulls had the number one defense, one of those finals, and
hmm
the '96 Bulls had the number one defense. How do we measure the '96 Bulls number one defense to another team that made the finals that had number one defense, like the Detroit Pistons in 04?
No, you just keep it. You just keep it as a point, right? So the higher rating it is, the more difficult it is. It's similar to like similar to your other criteria, right? When you guys
Mm-hmm.
took into account season leaders, he wasn't going to say, oh, this guy averaged 27 to make the league in points versus this guy
Are
averaging
you moving?
33.
Hold on.
Well,
Sturdy. Are you moving? Because you got a lot
Yeah,
of
he,
background
he
noise while
muted.
he's
He
talking.
muted himself. He muted himself.
no,
No,
I'm
no,
muting myself, but like, no, I'm in the park because there's a
no.
lot of wind. My bad.
Yeah. Because okay, yeah, because we can hear noise as you
No, no,
speak. There's noise coming. But go ahead,
no,
start
just
from the top again so we can
mhm.
understand you. Uh huh.
I recommend you could do a point system, right? So say if they go against team that has a top like say if you put up a category for a degree of difficulty, and they go against a
Mm-hmm.
team and you go against a team with a number one and number two, you put a point around it, right? And then you just have it like that. Then they similar to what you guys did with when you guys factored in season leaders for your GOAT criteria. You didn't say, okay, compared to this guy who averaged 27 who got a scoring title versus a guy who had 33. No, you just said so both guys had a scoring title. So from that, I'm saying from that perspective, that's how you can do that. You just simply say, okay, for teams that face against a number one, if you're an offensive player, because we all know there's different types of players. If you're an offensive player, you go against a team that has the number one defense, then the degree of difficulty is about 5 points, in comparison to a team who went to like Jordan go against Barkley's Suns, who's about middle of the pack defensively, who's worth about 1 point. And that's what I mean by relative, like that.
Okay. Okay. I hear what you're saying. We can figure something out. We'll do that. That
And
sounds
to
like
me,
a good
that's the real
topic and a
challenge
good
with you
show.
guys. Like to me, that's the real challenge. How can you objectively put a fair point system for relative competition?
Well,
I
I think it
think
was
I do
fair.
the context of
I
competition
think it was
matters.
fair that people. No, I think it was fair that everybody got a chance to go on ESPN and vote for their best greatest finals of all time, and it was voted for LeBron James. That's just the problem. They don't like
No,
the
no,
fact LeBron
it's not
James
so much
won some.
LeBron got it. It's one, the criteria are clear, but also number two, the fact that Kobe Bryant made the top five, it kind of tells you like how skewed some of the voters are. You know what I mean? So there's no argument for Kobe Bryant to have a top 10 finals performance, let alone top five finals.
All right, so we gonna get back on topic. We're gonna get back on the topic. I just want to address this because obviously Brandon, we got Black Mamba wants to ask us a question. He asked you first. Do you agree that the biggest three meltdown postseasons ever by an NBA superstar was LeBron James 09, 10, and 11?
Black Mama, why don't you come up here and you explain how those were the biggest meltdowns? What about that one?
You know they woke him up here, man.
It did
Again,
explain to us
I
why
Yeah,
Larry
how?
Bird and Magic Johnson's is not.
Explain to me how Jordan not beating Larry Bird isn't a meltdown. I'm talking about a game, not one game.
not practice, but
You
game.
shouldn't
We're talking
feed
about
the
a game.
trolls. You
I mean,
shouldn't
that's his
feed the
Nah,
trolls,
prerogative.
guys.
listen.
If he want to come up and explain himself, he could do
No,
that. Just click on the link,
no. This is
Black
He
Mamba.
this is
won't
what
do it.
this is
He
what
was
we do in
just he
Goat
got
James
kicked
Kingdom.
out of I was on another stream just before this one and he got kicked off the chat because he wasn't trying to come up on the panel. He just kept spamming in the chat.
This is why LeBron should leave LA
That's
because
fine.
of these Kobe fans.
They
But
are safe
but
in the comments. They are hold on, hold on. They are all safe in the comments. Let me tell y'all something. Brandon and I do not shy from trolls, idiots. We bring them on. Come to Goat James Kingdom. We appreciate their time to come here and show us everything that they want to say. They love to comment. You guys will understand. Brandon and I get all of it. We hear everything every day. When Brandon and I check our social media, it's a bunch of LeBron James haters and a bunch of these idiots who got a lot to say, and we created a platform for them to say it. Whether they want to say it in the comments or if they're brave enough to come up on the platform, let them be. Let them enjoy themselves. If you don't like them, block them. You block them. We're not going to do none of that. All right? That goes for the people who are part of our Facebook group. Stop complaining about the trolls. They are only going to create fake accounts. We're not going to sit around here and keep suspending and banning people because of comments. They are already cowards. They don't even want to step up to the plate and talk like how we doing here like men. So that lets you know there's no need to pay them any attention. Let them stay safe in the comments. That's where they belong. And allow Brandon and I to address them. This is the GOAT James Kingdom show. This is what we do best. Okay? So we want to appreciate y'all for showing up again. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Trust me, those guys are paying attention to us. Because we do it like none
Yeah,
other. There's nothing like the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Go ahead, Brandon.
Alonzo Ferris, he could come online too. Come on the stream too.
Not
We
gonna
could
do
call
it.
Travis a bluff for playing
but
both
I
sides.
now I will say
so,
this though, like Travis
Hold
Travis has
on,
a
Travis.
point.
he
Travis,
cannot
apparently you're a
appreciate both
fake
players.
Jordan
He
fan.
can't appreciate both players. We understand.
Travis,
Yeah.
apparently you're a fake Jordan fan because you can be objective and actually tell the truth about basketball. You
Oh,
feel me?
obviously, I'm a
So
huge
now you're
fake.
a fake Jordan fan.
Yeah, I ride
But with
both
Travis,
sides.
but I do think from this standpoint, Travis does have a good point. I don't think it's hands down LeBron had the greatest final performance of all time. I
I
I
think
agree.
it
don't
really
think
does
so.
depend on your criteria.
Hey,
I don't think
Sturdy.
it's close.
Hey, Sturdy, I just got
No, it
one.
just
I don't think
depends on what you value and what's your criteria.
Hey,
I
hey,
mean, if we're talking about who they went up against, it's still LeBron James because he went up a 73 win team. It's not even a question.
Yeah,
No other team prior is going to be even comparable to the team LeBron James faced. No other player is going to be comparable to the narrative about coming and winning, being down 3-1. No player is going to compare to the person who led every team, every player in the top 5 statistical categories. It's just not comparable. It's just not
well,
comparable.
that's what I'm saying. One. If you want to say it from a finals competition standpoint, there are teams that are definitely better than that 7-3 and 9 team. But also, there are
Ooh.
players who have what?
Which one?
No. That didn't win championships. What team that didn't win a championship was as good as the 73-9 Warriors?
For that year of, because they won the championship the year prior.
No. Name the NBA Finals team that didn't win an NBA championship that was as good as the 73-9 Warriors.
I don't see it, Sturdy. I don't see it.
I mean, you got yourself on
Yeah,
mute,
my bad,
Sturdy.
yo. I
Give him
didn't.
time. Give him time.
Yeah, I have myself
Yeah.
on mute. I didn't want to. I'm next to a subway. I don't want that on the stream. But
hey,
you
Sturdy.
said the year that they didn't win the chip. Yeah.
Yeah, a year
Say it
that
again?
no
Sturdy,
name
bro.
a finals name a finals loser that was better than the 73-9 Warriors.
Maybe the '80s Celtics.
Not on these. What's that? The Lakers team in the '70s with Will Elgin, Baylor, and Jerry West. Let's start there. You can start with the Pistons. You can argue the Pistons in what year was that? 80 when they lost to the Lakers. What was it 80, 88? Yeah, 88. You can
The
argue
Pistons.
the '05 Pistons. Yes, like
The
These
05
what we
better
gonna
Pistons.
than
Wait, the Pistons.
these
Wait,
hold on.
better than Golden
The
State.
1988. Wait, the 1988 Pistons who had no All NBA player and no All Defensive player on the roster.
good. Yeah, but they're still an all-time great team.
Why?
Not
Because they
above
beat Michael Jordan.
2016.
4-1 because they beat Michael Jordan 4-1.
Yes,
Why?
Sturdy
How
don't
are they
care
better
about
than a
that.
70? How are they better than a 73-9 winning team with the
Well,
league
first,
MVP?
first, first of
Hold
all,
on,
why y'all? Hold on,
hold on,
time.
hold on. Wait. We gave you a chance, 30. 73-9 win team, league MVP, unanimous MVP, 3 All NBA players, and all defensive player on the roster. 3 All Stars.
And DPOY.
You have to find. No, he wasn't DPOY that year. Kawhi was.
It was the following
You
year.
have
It was
to.
the following year.
It was the following year. You have to find
Mhm.
an NBA champion to equate to the type of team the 73-9 Warriors were. You're not going to find a team that didn't win a championship. Even the 69 Lakers, which is what I'm thinking you're bringing up, are not as good as the 70. No, they're not.
No. That's well. One, if I wanted to do accolades, I could have did that. What you just did with the '04 Lakers, but we all know getting individual
No, the '04
accumulation
Lakers didn't
individual
have. Wait,
accolades are
I have no
The '04
accolades.
Lakers didn't have.
I have no accolades.
They didn't have
They
multiple
had
All
two.
Stars. They didn't have multiple All NBA players.
They had 2
Okay.
All Stars. They had 2 All NBA players. 1 All Defensive player.
Wait, Carmelo didn't make an All Star that year? I could be wrong.
No.
Maybe I don't know. But
I don't think
I
he
don't.
did.
I don't remember
maybe
Carmelo making the All
you
Star.
could double check. You could double check that, but you could double
Okay,
check
you
that.
can go
But
double
I'm
check.
saying this.
Injured.
But in
You know what?
general,
I
mhm.
don't remember them having 3 All Stars. But go ahead, continue. Go ahead.
Okay, so one, bringing up a bring up a regular season record like 73-9 has nothing to do with how you play in the finals. Number one. Number two, yes, you could talk about a cumulative amount of individual awards, but it doesn't indicate how great a team played during that playoff run. So when I say there are teams comparable to that, I'm going off how they play. What actually makes a team great is how you play in the playoffs. And in this specific situation, in regards to your finals competition. So when a person says a guy like Magic Johnson faced tough finals competition that's comparable to LeBron, that's not far off. Matter of fact, he has an argument to say that. Same thing for Will Chambers. Same thing for Bill Russell on either side. Like
Okay.
this notion, I get it. But that's why I'm saying it takes more than that to dictate who had a greater team. So that's why it's not hands down. Because competition wise, they're not the toughest
Yep.
team to not win a title.
The greatest regular season team of
Yeah,
all
but
time.
now-
was
but you're
the
now you're grading it off
2016
of
What does the regular
performance.
season have to do with the playoffs?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
Has a
now,
lot
but
to do
now,
with it.
hold
Has a
on,
lot to do with it.
But you're grading it off of. You're grading it on the performance when it's going to be hard to do that, right? Because if we compare them to the 69 Lakers, it's going to be hard to do that. The 69 Lakers played in a 115 possession NBA. It's going to be different to determine. They were allowed to have 2 25-point per game scores because they had enough possessions for Jerry West and Elgin Baylor to do that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It
but
was a different
you
NBA,
can't
there's
go by
different
you
rules.
can go by
no,
playoff
wait,
record.
sturdy.
Mhm.
You can't equate for those differences with the rules and pace of play of the different eras. That's why like there's no way to measure how great those teams are other than saying what their team record was, the players that they had. Because again, you making the All NBA team meaning you were one of the best players that season. This is not all time. This is just for that season. So for the 2016 season, they had more better players on their roster than the Lakers had on their roster during that year. But I can
But why?
hear your argument if you're going to use the performances, but it's hard to use the performances when in reality.
No, it's not just that. It's not just that.
Like a team,
It's not just that. Why stop at regular season record?
A team like the Detroit. Hold on, wait. No, a team like the Detroit Pistons of 04 and the San Antonio Spurs of 03 are going to have a lowing scoring in offense. Their offense is going to be low because of the pace of play and the era that they played in, but they're going to have the best defenses. And especially if we go to the 70s.
That's why you do it relative to that season, Johnny. For example, why? Hold on. I know this too. Why stop the record at regular season? Why you don't count the playoff record?
See, but there you go.
What's wrong with that? Why count the regular season record but not the? No.
They were in the finals
Why?
3-1. There's nothing you can really say.
No, Billy.
No, they
won.
Why
Count the regular season record but not the playoff record? I don't understand
They only
that.
They were
struggled in
up
2
3 games to 1. They were up 3 games to 1.
No,
They had
I'm not
one
talking about a
game-
series. Hold on. I'm saying when we mention these teams,
They only
I
struggled in
noticed
2
this.
series. They didn't have trouble the first couple of rounds.
But your playoff record, hold on. But your playoff record is also.
Why does the finals why do Golden State in the finals do not deserve to be a top team? Let's just go ahead and just lay it out.
I didn't
Because
say
that's the
that.
part
I
we're not
said
understanding.
I didn't say that. I said
Mhm.
you can make a strong argument that they're not the best team to not win a championship. I'm saying because we take account factors relative, not just the regular season record, also taking account playoff record. Your playoff record is also an indication of how dominant you are towards your competition. There's a reason why that 83 Sixers team is legendary because of the quote unquote 4-4-4 quote by Moses Malone.
Yeah,
They
but
only
that, but
lost
that,
They
two
didn't play
but
games.
the
that's what
They
I'm
only
saying.
same.
lost.
Hold on, wait,
They
Hold
sturdy.
on,
didn't
Hold
hold
on,
play
on,
wait,
the
hold on,
same.
wait.
hold on.
Sturdy. Hold
That's
on, hold on,
exactly.
hold
So
on,
why?
sturdy, because
Hold on, time out. Let me finish.
wait,
You
no,
told me.
hold
So I'm
on,
trying to
sturdy,
finish the
sturdy.
point.
Okay, hurry up, land it here because you're putting yourself
So,
in
so,
the
yeah, I'm
into the
landing
picture.
here.
Go ahead,
No,
go ahead.
what Beasley said. No,
Okay.
what Beasley said. I'm not going to say. Beasley said, "Oh, because of the competition they face." But it's the same thing that's count for the regular season record because of the competition they face in relative to the history. It's not the same. So that's the point. It
But that's what
does
I'm telling you.
indicate to
No, but
you
that's what I'm
the
telling
level
you.
of dominance they
No,
have.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't because the
How
2000
not?
Lakers, because the 2000 Lakers were dominant, or the 2001 Lakers were dominant for their era, but their competition was weak. That's why they were able to be dominant. So equating somebody by
They're
their
still a great
dominance is
team
not
because of
something.
that.
No, I know, but they're not. They're not. That doesn't make them greater. We have to equate exactly who they faced. Now you have to tell us, okay, well, how many All NBA players or
But
All
you don't do
Defensive
that for
players
regular
were on
season.
those other teams? No, we do that for that is a regular season award. We're talking about in the playoffs. We're talking about the teams in the playoffs now. You're talking about their
2001
competition in
Lakers
the
had the
But
playoffs.
hardest
You
why?
run of all
cannot tell
time.
me
Yeah, but why you bring up regular season? That's why I asked earlier. Why you bring up regular season
you
record?
can't you
I
can't
don't
tell
get it.
me the Sacramento Kings and the Portland Trailblazers were better than the OKC team and the San Antonio Spurs of 2016. Those teams are just better. Now, hold on,
They
wait.
faced a better
Let me make
Spurs
sure.
team that year,
No,
Nova.
Hold on, wait.
what
Hold on,
makes
wait.
them
I need
better?
to double
Like
check
other
the
what you
teams.
mean?
All right, they faced in the
I
first
mean,
round. They faced the Houston Rockets, right? That had
James
James
Harden, Dwight
Harden
Howard.
on that
James
team,
Harden, Dwight Howard.
right? So they faced that team. That was the team that they faced in the first round. Then they faced in the second round a Portland Trailblazer team which had Damian Lillard and I believe LaMarcus Aldridge, right?
Trash.
I don't think Aldridge was on the Spurs at that time, but
He's the all
that,
star.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, yeah, no, but it was Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. They beat them
Dave
4-1.
Lemons,
So
CJ
we,
McCollum,
so,
yeah.
all right, so
And
then they faced the
then they was down
OKC
three
team.
one, down 3-1 to KD, Westbrook, and Ibaka. That's some competition right there.
What? It's not.
No, so
That's
you're
not
in.
It's
So
competition.
once again,
That's
why
not
can't I say
that's not
no,
88?
I'm
competition.
naming. No,
No, but
I was
Beasley,
trying to show you
why
play.
would I mention? Hold on, shit. No, Beasley, why would I mention that 88 Pistons? You didn't mention the names of who they faced in the playoffs. You didn't do that. Why didn't you do that?
Then do
Who?
what with 88
Look at
Pistons?
that. If we just going off names, the 88 Pistons. If we just going
No,
off
because
names, it's
no,
more than
because
just
you're.
So
That's what I'm
names.
who
saying.
did the
That's what I'm
88
saying.
Pistons
No, but
face?
that's what I'm saying. You're the one who wanted to use competition. We're not trying to use competition. We're trying to say there's no way to
You.
measure that. We can't measure
No,
who
I'm
a team
Golden
saying
would
State
cover.
competition. I'm validating
no.
Golden
I
State
wanted to.
competition now.
I'm I'm trying to use other things like how dominant you were relative to your competition. Relative. We do
But
it all
how?
the time. Y'all do
But
it all
how
the
good was
time
that
when it comes to
competition?
awards. No. You do it all the time when it comes to awards and regular season.
You, you're trying to relate the Philly of '83 when they won 4-4-4 to what Golden State had to face, but Golden State had to face OKC as well. They're not going to sweep OKC. They're just not. They're not going to sweep the Cavs. They're just not. You can't really say they're
No,
dominant because they swept their competition. It's going to be different.
no. I'm saying that's just
That's
like
what I'm
a
saying.
regular
Because we don't
season
know if
record.
we don't know if
No,
the Warriors face that same
just like
team. If the Warriors face the
no, just
Blazers and face those teams, that they're not going to sweep them like the Lakers did. That's the
no.
point.
What I'm saying is this, right? Just like a regular season record that you say they go get the same
Uh
competition
huh.
when they accumulate those awards. They go get the same competition when they accumulate that regular season record. Why stop there when just identifying how great a team is when there's other things you can use like a playoff record because that does matter. Like because that shows a level of
Playoff
dominance. Hmm?
sweeping competition that's not as great as what Golden State did does not make them more dominant. overall
Which
as a
no
team.
dominance is literally
That's what we're trying to say.
dominance literally means dominate. Dominance means overcoming your opposition
Just
with
like they say,
no debate.
LeBron going through the East was not that great of a deal because of the competition.
That's a
No,
That's
perfect
what they're
example.
saying.
no. But
Mhm.
what? No, I. That's the thing. Y'all, I don't know. I think y'all conflating my argument while I'm saying this, though. I'm simply saying it should not stop when you're grading on how great a team is, like you guys do with the Warriors. You guys only mention the regular season record and accumulation of individual accolades. It should not just stop there, because part of your greatness as a team is how you play in both the regular season and the playoffs. So
And the
yes,
Golden State did that.
when people consider the '01 Lakers one of the greatest teams of all time, primarily because of that playoff record, going 15-1. The reason why people say that 17 Warriors was one of the greatest teams they ever seen is because they went 16-1. That's part of the reason. That I don't know why playoff record should be excluded.
You're
Okay,
right, but Sturdy, I
so
don't even disagree with
Yeah,
what you're
we're not
saying.
saying that. Yeah, we're
okay,
not. We're
But
saying that what
but
Golden State had to play up against, they were not going to sweep OKC. No one's sweeping OKC. If they would have played the Spurs, they were not going to sweep the Spurs.
Exactly.
No, the
I think
Spurs got swept by the Lakers. That's the point. Like
it's
it
kind
don't
of
matter. Dominance is you overcoming your competition,
You talk about in
regardless who's the
2016. I'm talking about 2016.
okay.
Like
So
they were not going to sweep them.
this seems kind of redundant. So basically, sturdy. So the 70-win record should not be included necessarily because the playoffs is different, and the individual regular season accolades should not be included. So what about whatever? But anything. So regard about it, what is it that what LeBron James did is not a top finals performance?
no.
Irregardless of the
hmm
regular season, what makes it not a top
Yeah,
finals performance of all
it
time?
like I said, it depends on. I don't think it's a hands down. Like I agree with Travis. There is you can make debates for other series depending on what's your criteria and what you value. So the one of the
So you
reasons
say,
why. No, I'm saying
go
one of the
ahead.
reasons why, for example, one of the reasons why people view that great performance as number one because of what the situation. Each person have their own perspective of how dire a situation is. For example, when I think a guy like Tim Duncan should be in consideration for that conversation for his performance in '03 because of the situation, the personnel he was going up against. He
What
didn't have a
situation?
quote unquote. I was about to get into it dealing with the injured David Robinson, dealing with a rookie Tony Parker and a rookie Ginobili and a sophomore Tony Parker, while not having a consistent offense around him, he was the reason why that team won to a dominant degree. That's another form of situation. Same how people always use the for like LeBron. Oh, he got to the finals, or he did this in the finals relative to his teammates that he had on that team. So that's why I'm saying it just depends on what you value. And the same thing too. Some people take a higher value in competition because I'm not the only person that thinks though that 739 Warriors team is the best team to not win a championship.
Okay, well, it is a performance thing.
Sturdy.
I don't think it means that it's a dominance thing. It means that, I think it just means the overall performance in that aspect. So
Yeah,
it's
dominance is performance.
well,
The
no, it's
In
not.
overall
100 sense.
It's
playoff
not.
competition that
No,
there was
dominance
more
is a form
competition
of
overall in that
performance.
playoff.
It,
Yeah, that
it's
playoff
it,
was more competition than when the Lakers swept everybody. Basically, it was
it's
I'm
more
not
here. Can
saying
competitive.
y'all
the
hear me?
most.
That's
It's
not
not
the
saying
comp.
the most.
I'm not relegating all on that, Billy. I'm saying regardless, just how you their regular season record, the playoff record should include. It should not just stop at regular season accolades and record when gauging how great a team is. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
And
it's
because of
not.
that, Ishmael, that's why I'm saying it's not just hands down. It really depends on what you value.
It's not saying the
Some
most
people,
dominant performance of all time. It's just saying that it's the most performative. So it's based on performance, and it can be subjective in that aspect. It's just that he put on
Can y'all hear
like
me?
all Finals
That's
MVPs
the
is
most dominant
historical,
performance.
but
It is the
Yeah,
most
yeah, we can
dominant
hear you, Twin
performance.
Man.
it's a feat that's based on it's a feat that was created based off a player the first time ever to be able to lead in all 5 statistical categories from both teams. Now, some
Mm-hmm.
people say, well, this player played better because of this, but within its time, he scored the most points against a team. So you can compare and say, well, this player scored more points in another series. I could use Giannis Antetokounmpo in his final series. He had more rebounds or whatever. The point is that he scored the most points within that series, okay? And he led in statistical category in that series. When I think of that, I think of when someone is number 1 in scoring, I think of that they were the best in that time, okay? And I don't think of, I need to compare, especially a small sample size like the NBA Finals. I don't think of comparing to, let's compare to other who played better. No, it's to me that's why it's like it's a rank. If you're number 1 in scoring, you're the best for that series. You're number 1 in this. You're number 1 in that. So he was number 1 in everything. Michael Jordan and Shaquille O'Neal were not number 1 in everything. So LeBron James, no doubt, was the best player, like all around. Is what
Nobody
I'm saying.
dominated
So
a
that's
finals
what I'm
like
thinking.
this
I'm not
before.
thinking
Nobody dominated finals like this
the
before.
best
Simple
scorer.
as that.
No, and
that's
that's
what I'm
just
saying.
what you value as dominance. That's saying how you interpret dominance. That's definitely one of the displays of one of the most
That's
versatile
definitely
finals.
dominance,
But
though,
dominance,
I mean,
hold
dominance
on, hold on.
is the best in everything.
Dominance just
Yes,
simply means
best in
no.
everything.
That's not what dominance is. Dominance just simply
Yeah,
means being
he's
unstoppable. Dominance means
he's the
whatever I
best in
do,
everything.
you cannot stop me from doing it. For example, if I can say the same thing for Jordan, I can say the same thing for Rick
You
Barry in
can't
his
say it
finals. I
because
can say the
Jordan never
same
did it.
thing.
They never
Hold
did
on,
this. They
hold on.
never did this. They never did
Time
it.
out, because we're not because we're not going to do what Jordan fans do. We're simply saying because it don't look like this, it can't be as valuable
No,
or as impactful
it's a
because there's no
fact.
same
He
player.
never did it. It's a fact. He never did it. No one
No, I
never
didn't
did
say
what
he did
LeBron
do it.
James
I
did.
didn't say he did because it's really that's a mute point because they both did things neither a person did.
No one
No
ever
player is the
led in
same.
every category like LeBron James. No one
Logically,
did it
Exactly,
before.
that's who his point. But I'm saying, like I said, it's to your point. It just depends on what you value
it
because there's
it's
no same player. That,
logically it would make sense. I'm gonna tell you why it
even
makes. Hold on.
no,
So
because you're about to say relative competition. He still led in all major
no, I'm just
statistical
So
categories.
you're talking about it's different types of dominance. There's individual dominance and there's
That's
team
what I'm saying.
dominance.
That's
Like a
exactly what
lot
I'm saying.
of what you were
No,
bringing up. Sorry, who
the
was
problem
going
is
to
the
talk?
real. No, that was me. Hey, Johnny here. Listen, the real issue is that there's no true way to measure dominance because it's relative to who you're playing against. So I was trying to
It's
explain the
relative to who
study
you
about
are.
using it's relative to like when you use the all NBA and the all defensive selection because that tells you who's the best players on those teams. We can't go to
disagree.
stats because Scottie Pippen's 19 points per game is just as good as Klay Thompson's 22 or 23 in the 2016s or Kyrie's 20. So the stats are not going to help us understand it. The only thing that's
that's
going
what
to
I
help
was
us
trying
understand
to
how
say.
good a team. Yeah,
That's what I was
So
trying
the
to say.
only
Y'all
thing that's
use
going to
it.
help us understand how. The only thing that's going to make us understand how good any team is so that we can understand how good they are relative to the competition is the type of players they have on their team. The only way to do that is with the all NBA selections, with the all defensive selections, because that is telling us who's the best players in the league that season.
Oh, that's not true, Johnny.
So that
Johnny,
yes,
you
it
know that's not true.
does.
You know
Let
that's
me
not
try
true.
to.
And I'm
That's
gonna give you a perfect example, Johnny. As a Miami Heat fan, y'all was the best team in the East last year, despite not having been the most accomplished team in the East last year.
It wasn't the best team.
Listen, and
They
last
were the
year
best
we
team.
had an all. Wait.
Maybe like
And last
In
year
the
we
East, they
had
were.
Jimmy Butler.
or we won't.
And last year we had Jimmy Butler as an All NBA player and Bam as an All Defensive player. That's two selections. That makes you a good team.
What did the Bucks have?
That's how
What did
you
the
can
Bucks
rate
have?
down.
You did
That's
not.
what I'm
You were
talking.
not the most.
What?
You did not most
That makes-
accomplished team in the East. That's the
What
point.
did the
But y'all was the best team
What
in
did
the
the
East.
Bucks have? What did the
The
Bucks
Bucks
have,
had
Sturdy?
the Bucks.
How
the
many
Bucks
All
had-
NBA players did they have? How many All NBA players did they have? One.
They had
How many
one
All
with
Defensive
Giannis.
players did they have?
Two.
And how many All Defensive players did they have? Two. So they had one and two. So they had. I think they. Well, no, they didn't have three All Defensive. So they had two players that made the All Selection team, but they had two All Defensive selected players because they had one guy who made the All NBA team and the All Defensive team, right? So you can say that that's also equatable a part of the competition, including their record with the Heat. But that lets us know how good that team was competition-wise. So you're telling me, as good as Milwaukee was because they lost in the first round, the Detroit Pistons are better than them because they were able to win? Not the Detroit Pistons. Let's just say who lost in Boston. So Boston is just better than them because they just had a better playoff
Boston
record.
was better than.
No,
y'all
not
doing
better.
the
I'm sorry.
same
They were. Wait. Not better. What they were tough. Because no, you're asking what's tougher competition. So you're saying Boston was.
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
No, but that's what you're asking us to. But that's what you're asking us to measure the level of competition that they're going against, how they were able to dominate their competition. But first, we have to figure out how the competition is laid out. So you're telling me that because Boston won 3 series and Milwaukee didn't win a series, that made Boston a tougher competition?
No, that made Boston a better team for that year, Johnny. What I'm saying, Johnny, is this: why it only stops at regular season accomplishment and record. That's what I'm saying. It did not stop there.
Because the regular season, because the regular season tells you how good that playoff team is. That's the point.
And the playoff record don't.
Bucks losing. No, the playoff record don't. The Milwaukee Bucks losing to the Heat in the first round does not determine how tough of a competition they are or not. Because just because they didn't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals doesn't mean they were not tough competition.
I didn't say that. Like, I don't know why you were replying to that.
But that's what you're trying to. You're using.
No. I'm saying what I'm saying. No. I'm saying this. Playoff record should be included to how great a team was. Just how regular season, same thing. If someone wants to say part of the reason why Boston's a great team, and they include that whack ass Eastern Conference MVP into it, they can do that because that's an accomplishment. Just how the All NBA awards are an accomplishment. Why it only stops at the regular season? That's the thing I don't get. When gauging teams, why is only the accomplishment and the record counted when in the playoffs it don't? That don't make any sense to me.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you were going to do it at that point, then you would have to look at the totals, and you'd have to see who's leading the playoffs in points, who's leading the playoffs in assists, and all that.
How we can measure. No. Because you have yet to tell us how we can measure how. Wait. Start. You are dominating the conversation, brother. I'm going to start muting you, brother. Please listen to us. You are asking us to make a measurement that you have yet to give us a chance to make this measurement of. You can't tell me how the team that the Warriors, how they were less of a competition compared to the 88 Pistons because of their record. So you're basically saying because the Pistons beat the Bulls 3-1, they beat Boston in 6 games, or I think it's 7 games, and they lost in 7 games to the Lakers.
6 games,
right? That
they beat Boston.
They were tough. They would be considered tougher competition than the Warriors, even though the Warriors had a better record. The Warriors had a better record. The Warriors had a better regular season record. Exactly. No, the only thing the Pistons got over them is the regular season record to you. That's all they have. They don't. I mean, the postseason record. They don't have nothing else. They won 53 games that year.
No, you could also why can't? That's why I mentioned earlier, Johnny. What's wrong with defensive rating or how they ranked that year relative to the playoffs and the regular season? Why it only stops at?
Because I just told you why. Because if we do that, the teams of the 70s are going to be considered the greatest defensive. Wait.
I'm saying
Sturdy.
Placement, not the number.
Sturdy not going to let you land. Sturdy ain't going to let you land.
Sturdy. Listen again, Sturdy. The teams that again, how can I equate the 96 Bulls with the greatest defense to the 2004 greatest defense of the Pistons? 2004.
I'm saying
how can we grade that? Who's going to be greater?
Season.
They're both number one. They're both number one. They're both the number one rated defenses.
You give them the same points. You give them the same amount of
points. How do I measure the fact if the Sonics face tougher competition or if the Lakers face tougher competition if they both facing 2 number 1 teams with the same point system? That's why it doesn't work, Sturdy.
That's just one that's just one category, hey Johnny. Just like you say all the time. Your criteria is multiple categories. So we're going for that.
He can't use that in his formulas. Okay. He's playing. But I wanted to say this. I wanted to inject. Irregardless of the teams and all that stuff and the competition you face, okay, if you want to say that that's subjective and the Warriors are not because of regular season, fine. I'm just gonna tell you, LeBron has the greatest NBA Finals performance of all time and the most dominant in relative to who he played because of the rank. Okay, hold on for a second. With the ranking, when we think of the best scorer in the regular season, we think of number 1. All right, Luka scored 33, 34 points a game, he's number one. Okay. When we think of whoever number one is, okay, was Shaquille O'Neal number one in every aspect of everything? No. In his NBA Finals, no. So when we compare, Shaquille O'Neal scored 38 points in the NBA Finals while LeBron James scored 29. He dominated that within his era. Okay, what you want to say what is more valuable becomes subjective at that point, but the truth of the matter is that number one in a rank tops when it showcases your value and contribution as a player. And when you have a stat line in your rank in a series where you're number one in every single thing, showcases the dominance of how good you are of a player. You are saying you are emphatically, no doubt, the best player in this series, and nobody even has a leverage over you in this ranking. So that's why I've even created a system of using ranks relative to how people are as players, and it showcases the well-roundedness of a player. That is
But
dominance, or that
listen,
is
all right, listen,
the
guys,
best
listen,
performance.
listen. Listen. Me and Brandon do our work. We've done it. We've showed y'all how we grade greatness. So if you want to prove to us that there's other players that did more than great than beating a 73-9 team with the unanimous MVP, with 3 All NBA players on the roster, with an All Defensive player on the roster, 3 All Stars, until you can show us some numbers that could equate to how great the Golden State Warriors was and how great LeBron performed during that finals to outperform everybody that played in the finals, no matter what minutes they played, how many minutes they started, nothing mattered. So you guys go do that research. We're going to end the conversation with that. We're going to move on because we had some guys that wanted to speak about what we were talking about today, because this is actually about LeBron James's offseason. So we want to start off with, let me see here. We had New World who came in, but New World got a chance to speak. Let's let Triple A in. I believe this is Aaron. What you got for us today, Aaron? We were talking about we were talking about LeBron James's offseason. We were talking about him winning the best Finals MVPs, and we were talking about him winning another gold. So, which one of these 3 topics would you like to address?
Well, damn, you threw me off guard because I was trying to jump in the other joint real quick, but y'all switched up.
Well, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, we were talking about the best Finals MVP selection from ESPN, so you can pertain to that. But obviously, whatever Sturdy was trying to help us understand, nobody's going to understand, and we're not going to continue that conversation. So you can speak on the best Finals MVP selection from ESPN, because as you can see, there's GOAT James fans out here, and your boy Jeffrey is not getting no more awards, man. He's not winning no more votes, bro. What happened?
Yeah, I think that we put a little too much into the comp they played, because I think most of the teams that made it to the finals and their players, they passed the eye test at the very least. We're not gonna say Clyde sucked. We ain't gonna say Sean Kemp, Gary Payton sucked, Devin Tripp sucked, Stockton Malone. All these guys are good players at the very least. You know, so when you start to compare them to say, oh, this era was better, we playing a dangerous game, because now 20 years from now they may say LeBron's comp was trash. So we gonna, you know, I think it's just dangerous when that's kind of like
that now.
What'd you say?
Because they already say that now. So,
but that's my point. So we could really just go by what's accomplished at the time, how much you do it with who's in front of you. Whether you win a lot or lose a lot, you can only face who's in front of you. We could say the Pacers and the Raptors was trash, but that's who LeBron had to go against. We can't fault LeBron for that. You know what I'm saying? Just like with other players, y'all gonna say, the Heat sucked in '95, whatever, '96. Yeah, but what you want Mike to say? I'm not gonna play him. So I think we kind of use that competition thing too much. Where we just gotta start saying who did the most with what they had, and what was in front of them. It is what it is.
I feel you on that. I mean, we don't mind. We don't mind the comparison. But the idea is how we're going to compare them. That's what we always ask you that. Listen, it's almost about to be a year since we came up with the GOAT James Kingdom whole criteria, the top 50 list. And yet, the only people who's actually stepped up to the plate was Travis. Michael Jordan fans are the worst page, right? And nobody else. Nobody stepped up. And we got Ishmael trying, and we have also Wayne came up on Friday Night Exposure asking, and explaining his criteria. So if you have any point system, we're down for it. We would like to see how we can compare competition. But like I said, it's hard to do that because when you,
I guess I won't fault anyone's competition. I won't fault nobody's competition. LeBron, I don't fault his. I don't want you to fault Mike's. Just who did the most in that time? who won the most, who accomplished the most. That's all we could do. Whatever we add to it is because we're trying to, put our little 2 cents on it. But other than that, look, if LeBron played 10 years, who did he kill in that time? We could only go off that. And all these people that we saying Jordan played against, they passed the eye test. We say they're great in some way. They're a top 50 player more often than not. They are in scrubs. They ain't playing against the Bobcats every game. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
So
we're not saying no one didn't have competition though. So
I'm saying like to use it as something that might differentiate or make someone better. I don't think it should be held that high because again, we could say LeBron lost to some other team that he shouldn't have lost to at times. That's something we just got to go by what's in front of us. If he kills everybody, we got to reward him for it. But if he loses to these same people, we got to hold everybody accountable too. So I just think we should go by who did the most during their time. That's it. I think everything extra is what we try to throw on it to kind of make the argument go our way. But let's go down to who won, who did this, and go from there. But I could be wrong too. Fool me if y'all got something.
I think it's a part of the
You wrong a lot. You wrong a lot, hey, but you wasn't wrong just then, brother. You wasn't wrong then. Let's let King Money Fly get a chance to speak. Go ahead, Travis.
I'll just say really
fast.
Travis. Like that's a great take out of AAA because it's not like what we got to talk about when we're talking about actual competition. It's like these players, it's not like one of them or the players we're talking about were teleported back in time 20 years and forced to play against these people with the knowledge and added equipment and all this stuff that we have now. They were playing on an equal playing level with these guys. Everyone had the same advantages in their time and space. That's why you could argue that what team would be what in eras and things like that. But these guys, they're just beating who's in front of them with the same rules, the same advantages and disadvantages. So that's why it's kind of tough to, when it comes to the competition argument, to rank it holistically from era to era.
Okay, yeah, facts. I agree. It's hard to do it. We've never done it in GOAT James Kingdom because we can't figure out a way to measure that. We just know the numbers, and we try to break it down
just
so people
the
can
numbers.
understand errors
That's
a little
what we
bit
can
better.
do.
Yeah, we always done that, right? We talked about that with like the 60 players and how difficult it is to compare them.
like I said,
right?
they are great for their era.
That's why your original
great for their era.
criteria,
and you
which
take what they
did
did in their
show
era, then you
was
can
really
compare
good.
that with everybody else's, I think.
Because this is what I can say, right? To be honest with you, I can literally say if Michael Jordan doesn't choke in '88, Detroit Pistons doesn't dominate the playoffs. Michael Jordan and the Bulls dominate those playoffs. But we don't know that because Michael Jordan didn't perform the way he was supposed to perform, right? The 73-9 Warriors, if they quote unquote don't underperform and they win that championship, what argument that they're not the greatest team of all time do we have to say that they're not? You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
so
that's why I say all we can go off is what was done. That's all. What was
exactly.
done.
That's all we can go off of. So, all right, so let's let King Money Fly in. Y'all know who King Money Fly is. He's on TikTok. He goes live. He does a lot of great content. We were talking the 3 different topics. What you got for today, King Money Fly? What you got for us?
We're gonna address the first one. I think he's gonna win gold. You know what I mean? I think he's gonna win it. And then for the next couple topics, I just think either if he want to stay with the Lakers, I mean he don't have to, but if he wants them to get like contender and go get somebody, he might have to take a little less money. I'm not saying he's obligated and he has to, but for him, I don't really think it really should be a factor, especially if they depend on who they go to get. Like if they get another piece that's gonna put them in the championship right off rip, and you see it, then cool. But if they not getting nobody like that, then of course don't really sacrifice the money. And I think maybe he could leave them this summer, go somewhere else. But that depends on him. But then I want to chime in what Buddy just said about, going off of what they did in their time. That's still going to be a problem when you have the all GOAT or debate competition because y'all knock that shit down. Y'all knock it out for Bill. Oh, it was only 8 teams and X, Y, and Z. So you knocking him out. So I just think at the end of the day when we have these conversations, just let people have their opinion, whether they right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we're not going to have an indefinite answer because it's definitely going to have some problems one way or another. Either way you look at it, either you're on this side of the fan or on the other side of the fan, it's going to be a problem. So, that's why I just be telling people, when they make their list and stuff, yo, that's your list. It's cool. I might disagree, but I'm not going to chump you off about it because it's based off your opinion at the end of the day. So, I can't make you feel or see what I want you to see because everybody values and watch the game differently. You know what I mean? So, so I would just say, especially about the GOAT, I agree with the GOAT of the eras or whatever. That's probably the most conducive one you can actually tie down to. Just do it like that because if you want to do it over the whole spectrum, you're going to cost some players off. You know what I'm saying? So, and that what's so crazy is, right, they was doing it a lot to where like, okay, y'all want to top off Bill. Okay, then we not gonna really look at championships like that. We'll just look at the production. Then you want to chop that off. It's like this dude got so many, good check marks that they just keep trying to knock off one, and it's like every time you do that, you just make it more and more of the case of why he is because you keep trying to knock off the accomplishment that he's doing just to, you know what I'm saying? So like, I just think, like I said, at the end of the day, I think everybody should just agree on a, different era. That's cool. He run that era from this time to that time, so on, so on. You know what I mean? So to kill the nonsense, but yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say, man. Y'all having some good topics, man. I had missed last week, man. I've been busy, so I was like, let me get on here, still see if my guys on here. So luckily, I caught you guys still on YouTube right now. So you
King
know what
Money
I mean?
King always cooking.
Man,
What's
let me
going
just
on?
do this
All
really
right,
fast
King,
there.
appreciate you. King Money 5, appreciate you, brother. Hey, Triple A, if you got to go, brother, thank you for joining us. It's always good to get the Michael Jordan fan or Kobe fan perspective, which is what you are. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining us here on another great Sunday afternoon. If you got to go, you can go. So let's actually twist the topic up because it is the NBA Finals, right? And we do have the NBA Finals going on tonight. We have Boston and Dallas Game 2. So you guys know what to do tonight because I am going to be going live. I don't know if you're going to be available or not, Brandon, but you guys are more than welcome to join us on the GOAT James Kingdom platform. And we're going to do a subscriber stream as we're trying to reach 2,500 subscribers. We just need to reach 2,250 tonight. Y'all can help us get there. We're over 2,200 now. So thanks for everybody who hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. But we're going to be doing a live stream tonight. We're going to do play-by-play. While the finals are going on, we'll let members up. It's going to be a subscriber show, so please subscribe to the channel so that you can be able to be a participant. And if you're a member, you'll get a link sent to you so that you can join me during the halftime show, and we can have a great conversation during the halftime show. But it is the NBA Finals, y'all, and it's a big game, 2 coming up. So let's start with you, Brandon. Who you got winning tonight's game, and what you expect for tonight's game?
I really expect, just like last game, Boston's they're just a better team. They have defenders for the Mavs. I think it's not a great matchup for the Mavs because of the long wings they have. So I think it's going to be sort of the same as. I don't think it's going to be a blowout or anything, but I think Boston is not going to have issues winning the series and this game as well, especially on the home court.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, what about you, John? What do you think about tonight's game? Who do you think is going to win?
Well, we did our predictions. I said I thought it was going to be Boston in 5. I think it's a bad matchup for Dallas, and I mean, I think Boston is just that good. I mean, I think they're going to go up 2-0 going into Dallas. I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't. The adjustments they're going to make, I think Boston can adjust in game to change it up. I could see the adjustments Dallas going to make, and I can see what Boston's going to make in game adjustments to those adjustments. They ain't gonna have to wait another game to make an adjustment. They'll be able to fix their adjustments in game. So
that's trouble. It's that hurts when you adjust for the next game and you still don't win that game. Oh, it becomes very difficult for you. All right, let's go to Travis. Yo, Travis, well, what do you got for tonight's matchup? What do you think's gonna happen now? Who do you think's winning?
I still think it's going to be Boston, dude, because I mean they just made the Mavericks look horrible. I mean I think there's a couple of adjustments the Mavericks can make. Like for example, they got caught with several like constantly bad switches on Porzingis. Like you had like Kyrie on him, Luke. Like he was just shooting over these guys, and he was shooting a higher percentage. Like they need to get they need to stop playing so much zone. Like you're not. Like the Celtics took a ton of threes during the regular season. That was their bread and butter, and they did that again. They started off slow, but then they were just hitting everything. You've got to stretch the floor. You got to play more man. Like they're not going to beat you inside. So, like you have interior defenders, but you've got to cut off. You got to run them off the line, and you also got to play. You got to make sure that the matchups favor you. Now, I don't think that they can do that. I think it'll be closer, but. They did a great job on Luka. I don't think Kyrie's going to be a difference maker, but it's just tough because Tatum was like 16 points. He was a
16
non-factor,
points.
and they
Yeah.
still won by 28. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he ain't
Boston's
good
just
at
too
all.
deep. Yeah, they're just too deep. They're just too good, and they're just a bad matchup for Dallas.
Yeah, it's tough. It's gonna be a good game. Ishmael, let's start with you. Who you got winning tonight? What do you expect to happen?
Boston. and probably win by 15 or something. That's it.
I get it. I get it. I ain't mad at that.
All right, y'all. Listen, ladies, it's Reggie Reg time. Shout out to Reggie Reg. Reggie Reg says Balco just went bankrupt. How's LBJ 2025 season?
He's running out of money. We usually pay $5.
And then, hold on, wait. Hasn't Balco been out of business since the
Yeah,
mid
we
2000s?
haven't.
Yeah, I
Yeah, we
think
haven't
so.
talked about Balco in a while,
You
but
going
Right?
broke, Reggie, man? You usually pay 5, man. What happened?
Hey, leave
Take a
Reggie
peep on us,
alone.
Reg.
He's saving money for tonight's live. He's going to be a part of tonight's live. So I appreciate you, Reggie. You know Brandon and I appreciate you, Reggie. Thank you so much, Reggie Reg. Let's go to Twin Man. Twin Man, who you got winning tonight? What do you expect for tonight's matchup?
I expect more of the same from game one. Remember, y'all, I think it was not last Sunday or maybe the Sunday before that when we had our original predictions and we said if Porzingis plays, that's just more of a problem. Like Boston's just better. Travis already pointed out the terrible switches, and even if they do, even if they are able to get a big man on Porzingis, he's just a skilled big man who can get to his spots. They have defenders that can guard Luka and Kyrie. It's just over. I have Boston. I have Boston in 5 games, and I believe Jaylen Brown's going to be Finals MVP.
That's going to be the theme for tonight's program, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about how Jaylen Brown went from being Mr. No Left Hand to being the best player in the NBA. Sturdy.
No left hand winning Eastern Conference MVP and then Finals MVP and no All NBA team.
This era must be weak. How do we compare that, Sturdy? How do we compare today's era's weakness? Because we letting Jaylen Brown no left hand win Finals MVP, Conference MVP, all of that. Anyway, Sturdy, what you got tonight, man? What do you think's gonna happen, man? Who you think's winning tonight?
I think Dallas gonna split it. I think they'll show a better defensive effort. I think the reason why they even got to a deficit was primarily because they was rushing to their offense. Kyrie was having a bad first half, and also even though KP did a great job offensively, in my opinion, that's more so from a standpoint of they was just being too aggressive with him. So Boston, they are a great team, but they can be coached into they can be conditioned to doing bad habits, which is settling for too many jump shots, especially on the perimeter. But I think it's gonna be a close one though. I got Dallas winning in single digits. I think Kyrie gonna be better. I think, and most importantly, I think the role players gonna make their shots. They shot like trash from three in game one.
Yeah, they played bad. They missed some shots.
Because if you see what Boston doing, they take away the lob, and the best way you do that is to stay home on the low man as from the weak side, as well as just simply stay attached to Luca. Simply don't send to Luca and worry about the lobs. So the corner pass, the weak side wing is always there. And you saw in game one, Luca was making those reads all day. It just they was not knocking down the shots.
Yeah.
And no, most importantly, Jason Kidd, in my opinion, he has to be a little more creative on how you gonna get the role plays going, not just rely on the pick and roll games. You can run some double floppy action, maybe on an occasional weak side pistol. Like, and another thing too, they can dabble and look operate the post too to get guys going downhill better. So I just think there's certain things Dallas could have done better in game one, which is not indicative of how they lost a game in game one. So it's gonna be a close one though. But I got Dallas for this night.
All right. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun game. If you could,
Like you got
you could
Dallas
join me
changing their
tonight, that'd be
whole
good. Yeah. Well, hey, listen. You know, Sturdy's gonna bring it to you. Sturdy knows his game. He understands the plays and the different sets and actions that teams run, and I do believe they do have to do a better job. But just to let people know, Luka's had 1 assist, and the open shots that his teammates had, they were 1 of 6. From the field, but Jason Tatum's team missed 9 open shots that he gave a pass to. So they have trouble keeping Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown from the basket. So that's going to be something they're going to have to figure out, as well as get a better, like you said, better sets for their role players so they can get better shots as well. But let's let New World in. So New World, what do you think is going to happen tonight? Who do you think wins?
Give me just a second, brother.
Are you there? I'll just give you a second. All right, so while we give him a second, again, y'all know to join me tonight because we will be doing a stream tonight. I'll be doing a live stream right here on the GOAT James Kingdom platform. We're trying to reach 2250 subscribers. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel, show support to what we do here because again, we are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. So y'all make sure to support us. All right, I'll be going live tonight, man. We're having a lot of fun. It's going to be a great NBA Finals game. If we all know basketball, we all know that Dallas is definitely going to make the right adjustments, and we're going to have to see how Boston respond. So that's going to be a great show tonight. So y'all please make sure to sign up for the membership as well because you can become a member of the channel here in GOAT James Kingdom. We're going to have some special prizes for all of our members as well. So when you become a member of the channels, there are several tiers. Become a regular member of the channel is $4.99, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't hurt to become a member. That just helps support us here at GOAT James Kingdom. Then we have these other tiers that you guys can go ahead and join and become a member of the channel as well. As you can see, we have different perks for different levels. Check it out. Become a member of the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Y'all know this is the GOAT James Kingdom show. It's Sunday. It's past noon, but we're still doing our show. B. Lee and A. Johnny, the best show on YouTube right now. So y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Become a member of the channel. Y'all know what we do.
Hey
We're gonna
Johnny,
keep doing this. So
real fast while we're waiting for New World. I don't normally do this, but and like get drawn into a down and dirty thing in the comments, but Black Mamba has just been spewing nonsense the entire show. Bro, you're right. I'm a Kobe guy, but and I normally don't like to just cook. I normally don't like to just cook randoms who don't come on the panel because I don't respect you. But if you're gonna do that, then at least have your facts straight. How can you make an argument that he was better than LeBron in any aspect of the game, let alone the finals, or especially the finals? Kobe shot 41% for his NBA finals, and he was carried in 3 of them, dude. Like, LeBron was certified the best player in every single finals he went to, every single finals he won, got to. You're not gonna. He clears Kobe. He clears Kobe statistically in every single stat: points, rebounds, assists, blocks, steals, and he does it at a better percentage. Okay, he analytically he's not even close. Kobe's not even a top 15 guy in any analytic. LeBron's top 5 in almost all of them that matter. Like, what are you gonna do? You can say that Kobe was better based on what? Because like the competition he faced, not even a little bit. You have no argument for him.
That's what he can say he's better by.
Just be objective. I love Kobe. He's my guy. But you have no argument other than nostalgia and like Kobe was my favorite player. You look like a scrub whenever you talk, especially because you don't have any facts to back up your lunacy.
I told y'all Travis the GOAT. I told y'all Travis the GOAT. I keep telling y'all. Y'all Travis. I keep telling y'all Travis the GOAT.
You got to put your foot on these Kobe tards next, man. You got to.
Just let Kobe be what he is, like a top 10 to 15 player. He's not in the conversation as a GOAT, though.
Get him, Travis.
Travis, this is why Alonzo Harris says that you are a Donnie Brasco, right? You are a Donnie Brasco, right? And that's why I told you. That's why I told you the other day that you are a special MJ delegate because you know we have to deal with the MJ police, right? And and for some reason Travis is not the MJ police, but he's an undercover detective. Right, and Chad, they don't like you. Travis, they don't like when you acting like this, Travis. They want you to be upset all the time. They want you to yell at Brandon and I because they're too afraid to do it. But like we always tell y'all are safe in the comments where y'all belong. And this is what they are. They are MJ police, y'all. They get mad at Brandon and I and GOAT James Kingdom because we talk about Michael Jordan, and then they pop up in the comments talking like this.
Tell Mom I'm on official police business. Special Officer Dookie reporting. Mom says when I wear this badge, you're supposed to treat me like a man of the law. Hey, no talking to the witness.
So we gotta let Travis be because Travis is an MJ delegate. Trust me, Travis throws numbers at us left and right. He be having me grabbing my notepad so I can go out and try to debunk the stuff he says. So let's get back to the topic at hand. We're talking about tonight's finals game. What do you have for tonight's game, New World? Are you ready? You ready to give us your pick?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. So I'll give you my 2 takes. One is my my logical basketball fan take, and my other is my Lakers fan take. As a logical basketball fan, Boston just showed that they had too many weapons to deal with Dallas. Just the fact that Porzingis is going to be a huge mismatch problem every time he goes down into that paint. They couldn't stop anybody from really getting into the paint. Dallas. They couldn't stop Boston from getting in there. Jaylen Brown was pretty much having his way all game. And what I especially liked about how Dallas, or not Dallas, but how Boston defended Dallas is they made Luka basically settle for taking threes all game. Like he was only 4 of 10. So the fact that he only had 1 assist, shooting 4 of 10, he was not able to really get anybody involved in their offense, and it stagnated a lot, especially with Kyrie just having a stinker the way he did. Um, I really don't even think that the defense that they played on Kyrie was that spectacular. I just think that Kyrie was just trash. Like he could definitely play better than that. I've seen him play better than that against more elite defense than what they were throwing at him that game. So, it's interesting to see what kind of adjustments he will make, and in turn, what adjustments Boston's will make, because they're going to go into game 2 knowing that Kyrie is going to play better than he did in game 1. So, like, honestly, I'm curious about what their game plan is going to be towards stopping him, because one thing I saw Dallas do as well that's a little bit underrated. At least they were trying to force Luka off the 3-point line and get him kind of into like that mid post area and take away his passing ability, because we all know Luka's not a great finisher at the rim. So I saw them do that at several points in the game, especially when Luka was not looking to score, but looking to possibly try to get Kyrie involved, or like I can't remember which brother said it, but somebody was saying that they were doing a great job of taking away the lob and keeping somebody in that dunker spot. So, as a unbiased basketball fan, I got Boston winning. Probably, if not a sweep, it's going to be in 5 games. Like Dallas didn't really show me anything that they had in game 1 that could potentially overturn this. But as a Lakers fan, it's fuck Boston all day. And Kyrie finna go off for like 44 points and 10 rebounds and 9 assists. I'm counting on Kyrie getting a triple double and showing Luka who the real best player of the Mavs is. But yeah, that's where I was going with that as a Laker fan.
I got a question.
Oh my God. Hold that thought. Okay, so Brandon, I don't know if you're looking at the comments, Brandon, but there's somebody named Obi-Wan Kobe.
Yeah,
he said Kobe dominated the 2000 era, right? Then he said drop the link, right? So as we do it, we drop the link. Then he said time to cook. Drop the link. We dropped the link again. You know what he did? I'm gonna go call Ticket. I'm gonna call my mentor Ticket.
They don't want smoke.
He said his mentor?
He's gonna call his mentor Ticket. He is scared of Brandon. He is scared of Brandon and I because he knows what's gonna happen.
LeBron James.
I mean, hey, Zero
already killed that narrative.
Hey, Zero, he said he calling his daddy.
He calling his daddy. That man said, I'm calling my daddy.
These Kobe tards are an epidemic out here, man.
He's calling his mentor.
In the words of Kobe, soft.
Soft, yeah. Charmin. For sure.
That man is scared.
Hold on. Y'all want to hear me? Yo, King John, this is my impersonation. I'm gonna do my Ticket impersonation. Y'all ready? Let me tell you something, man.
Yeah.
Yo, LeBron was soft, man. I mean, no killer instinct. I mean, Kobe would have killed him, bro. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, you touch LeBron James, he falls down, bro. I mean, he flopping all over the place, bro. I mean, it's Balk all over the place, yo. I mean, Kobe was just better than him. I mean, he was just more clutch than him. I mean, the numbers don't match up, but he was more clutch than him. I mean, he wasn't more efficient than LeBron, but he was more efficient than LeBron. I mean, that's the dumb shit we're gonna hear. Come on. Stop it.
I got a question.
And the most important part, what he gonna say in the 95 finals, Kobe was killing. In the 95 finals, Kobe was killing. He didn't miss a shot, even though Kobe wasn't drafted to 96. But it don't even make a difference. In 95, he was killing in the NBA finals.
What you mean? He carried Shaq. Shaq didn't carry him. He carried Shaq.
Yo, that man said, I'm gonna go run and get Ticket. I wonder how many people Anyway, I wonder how
He's
many
like-
people go on Ticket's channel and say, "Man, you got to go do something about those DJK guys." I want to know how many times has that happened.
Listen, bro. Listen, bro. I've talked to Ticket. His logic makes no sense. And when you twist his logic on him, he immediately moves the goalposts. Ticket is the best goal. He's like Herm. He's like talking to Herm. They are the best goalpost movers on YouTube. Because you're going to sit here and say, like, if you bring up the fact Jordan is 1-9 without Scottie Pippen, he's going to sit here and say Jordan didn't have nobody. So if you sit here and use the same logic, well, LeBron lost in the finals those years in Cleveland because he didn't really have anybody. He lost in one of the finals because he didn't have Kyrie and Kevin Love because he didn't have anybody. He had Dellavedova and the big Russian dude. You point that out, and you know what? It's excuses. But they'll make every excuse in the world, but then they'll sit here and say you're glorifying losing as they suck off Jordan for scoring 63 points against Boston.
Yeah,
Bro, it's the most easy. The logic is crazy.
All their pages are big because of LeBron James. That's who they talk about, LeBron James. Let's keep it real. That's all they talk about is LeBron.
I got a question.
Even in that
though.
debate you had of Johnny versus Herm, like you were using actual stats, and they were like, "Oh no, you're not supposed to use stats. We're just talking about other things." And like you were bringing reasons and context, and other guy was using straight narratives, like
Straight
not one
narrative.
fact, not one
Straight
stat.
narrative.
Yeah, and
No,
it was
that's how.
going back to what you were
Travis, that's
saying
how.
with those
That's
things.
how it was formatted. But Travis, that's how it was formatted. Like literally, they gave a prompt. They gave us the prompt was, and hey Johnny can tell you the prompt. Yeah, I was there. Hey Johnny can tell you the chat. It was ChatGPT picked the topic and gave him a prompt and a subjective question. So literally, they had to explain their side of the argument a certain way. That's what that happened. Like it literally told them
the true confusion was again that it was really two separate topics. We didn't have the same topic. That was what the confusion was, which is still fun. Like I said, I didn't mind the debate. It was actually good. Like I tell people, I don't do debates for votes. I do debates to provide information because that's what debates are for. So I felt I provided the most information during that debate, and it's fine if people felt that Herman won the debate. It doesn't bother me. You're not going to win every
what the
debate.
chat said.
I know that, but
the
chat gave Johnny vote.
Even though the chat runs it. Okay.
Yeah, but it's okay. Listen, we're not gonna cry about it. It was fun. I had a great time. You guys want to check out the debate? It's available on FYF Sports Debate, or you can come to our channel. It's available on our channel as well. So listen, that's not the issue. Now, this is what I want to ask you, Sturdy, because you are always around and you do a lot. How would Ticket do if he did show up on one of our Sunday afternoon panels?
Terrible.
To be honest with you, after talking to both parties. The real winner of the conversation will be the chat. It'll be us. It'll be people watching. You know what I'm saying? That's the real winner, all right? Number one. But honestly, it'll be a lot of yelling, possible insults. No, not possible. Definitely multiple insults.
For sure, there's gonna be some insults. They're gonna.
But most importantly, it really gonna depends on like what y'all. Really gonna depends on what y'all talk about. To be honest with you.
Sturdy, you're gonna hear a lot of, but you don't hear me though. You don't hear me though. You're not listening to me though.
Yeah.
Did you hear what I said though? Come on, bro. Be like, yeah, I heard what you said. You're still wrong.
Hey Johnny,
but like the thing is, Ticket is quickly to be disrespectful, and Johnny is like he's short tempered when it comes to that. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't play. Let's go. Go ahead, Ishmael. Go with your question, Ishmael. Go ahead, Ishmael. I'm sorry, Ishmael. Go ahead.
Are points only considered a meltdown if you have less points than you average, like regular season or whatever? Are points only considered meltdowns? Can anything else be considered a meltdown in a playoff game?
Well, they called Magic tragic because he turned the ball over twice in the last 90 seconds of a game.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: Is averaging 35, then going to 27, is that considered meltdown?
Yes, but I'm saying like,
so that's the problem. No, but that hold on, wait.
Ishmael,
that's the problem. But that's the problem, Ishmael. That's the problem, right? Because the meltdown is predicated on how you just want to view it, right? Because if somebody would tell you 27 points per game can't be a meltdown. That's what they'll say. But I'll look at you. Hold on, wait. I'll look at somebody and say, well, that means 18, 8, and 8 isn't a meltdown as well. You see what I'm saying? But they don't. It's all subjective because there is no there. Just like super teams, just like superstar, just like killer instincts and will to win games. None of these things truly have a barometer or a measurement for us to understand how we can measure it.
I got you, but I'm saying like in this aspect, can say that you average 10 rebounds a game, and then for the game for a playoff game you get 2. Would that be considered a meltdown? Or only meltdowns?
Most people don't. People, yeah, it's only on your points and your field goal percentage.
Okay.
People only equate you dropping in the playoff by your field goal percentage and your points per game. They don't equate whether you was averaging 10 rebounds and you went down to 7. They don't equate whether you was averaging 3 steals and you went down to only 1.5. They don't equate whether you was averaging 9 assists and you went down to only 7 assists. No, they don't equate those. Those don't. And mind you, but another thing, if you was averaging 21 points and 9 assists, but you went to average 19 points or 17 points but 12 assists, that's a meltdown.
Yeah, that's so crazy. But I got it. I got what you said.
Yeah. So
that's the Jordan bias in the media.
Yeah, listen, y'all. We are in fear, ladies and gentlemen. Ticket TV and his disciples are on the way. They're on the way. Hey.
That would be amazing if that really does happen.
That would be funny. Let's let Paul get in. Paul, you were very patient. Thank you again for coming back and hitting the link again. We had several topics today. Obviously, we're just talking about LeBron's offseason and looking forward to it. I'm guessing you're a LeBron guy, correct, Paul?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay, so as a LeBron, as a LeBron fan, what would be the ideal offseason for LeBron James for you?
To stay on the Lakers.
Okay, so that's it. Just stay with the Lakers. You're good with that.
Yeah,
that's it. So all right, and what about him winning the gold?
And
the
I also
gold?
believe.
Do you? Now go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Because, yeah, I mean, I think it will add to his legacy because Michael Jordan fans always talk about he winning a bronze medal, so they put him down for that. So if he wins his third Olympic gold medal, he should be praised. I mean, he will have 3, to Michael Jordan too. So, yeah,
that's fact. That is factual. I agree. And then the last topic we had was he won the best Finals MVP of all time. What do you think about people voting him as the best?
I was surprised he won. Because I thought that Michael
you
Jordan
surprised
fans,
he won, right?
Yeah, because I thought that Michael Jordan
fans
would vote for Michael Jordan. I thought everybody, would go to vote for Michael Jordan, but I mean, I was surprised everyone won. I mean, and that is great. He deserved it. He deserves that win. For me, he was the best. He was the best Finals MVP. He was the best Finals MVP.
Yeah. You heard that, Sturdy? You heard that? GOAT James Kingdom. GOAT James Kingdom, y'all. So
hey,
this
Johnny,
has been a good show.
I'm just trying to make my brothers better. That's all I'm trying to do.
Hey, Johnny, I really think I came up with a reasonable
I got you, Sturdy. Appreciate you. You always appreciate it, Sturdy. Always, brother. Appreciate you.
I think I really came up with a reasonable criteria, though. Right now, I'm trying to do...
You got to save it, though. You got to save it. You want me to
save it?
Save it. Remember... Yeah, right. Listen, save it. Again, listen, save it because we're going to do the 50th episode of the Friday Night Exposure. And when we do that, I'm going to give you guys my top 50 greatest players, explain my criteria, which you guys helped me do a couple of weeks back, about a month or 2 back. So we're going to do that. And anybody who shows up, if you're already a member, you're going to be more than welcome to come on the panel. You're going to give us your criteria, gives you some time. So I got 4 episodes till then. So we're talking about a month from now, early July, we'll be doing that. So you can break down your criteria, give us your top 10. And anybody who wants to do that, we can have a great show on that. So we're going to do that on Friday Night Exposure, the 50th episode. That's 4 episodes away, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll do that. So as y'all know,
I got you on that membership coming up, Johnny.
I appreciate it. Now, we did do a GOAT James Kingdom top 50 greatest players of all time with a grading system. And as you can see, LeBron James is the GOAT. He outscored everybody by the largest margin of all. He basically, we went for your accolades, we went for your stats, we went for your averages to your totals. We even used the advanced metrics. We used everything that Michael Jordan fans and the MJ police tell us that we have to use. And LeBron James, all it did was make Michael Jordan number 4 on the list. It didn't even help Michael Jordan be number 2. Okay, so Brandon, this is what Brandon and I do best, man. We handle the GOAT debate like none other. So we're gonna get the last word in, and we're gonna get up out of here. So Brandon, you got any last words before we get up out of here, brother?
Yeah, not too much, other than, we talked about the finals. I just don't really think it's close. It should have been LeBron James before, but I understand if we just want to talk about statistics, who had more in certain categories, maybe, but the narrative is just coming down from 3-1 and winning. That's one of the main reasons why LeBron James had the best performance of the finals MVP.
Good job, good job. All right, so let's go with you, King John. Any last words, brother?
Yeah, the ESPN polls lately have been changing. The numbers have been come evening itself out, and it didn't surprise me. LeBron won the best Final MVP poll. So I mean, all the polls has been changing. If you've been paying attention all around, I mean, the CBS said LeBron James is the best player ever. So I mean, hey, that's polls have been changing. Mass have been changing. That's why they want LeBron to retire.
He ain't gonna retire. We know that. This might be what we got what 2 more off seasons. So let's enjoy it as they come. Travis, any last words before we get up out of here, my friend?
No, just that I was looking forward to cooking another Kobe card, but Obi-Wan decided to stay safe in the comments, even though the link was dropped multiple times. And as you can see, all he's doing is spewing narratives. He doesn't have
Get
any
him,
rebuttal
Travis.
for Kobe being inferior to LeBron in every measurable way. They never do. They just run to things like, oh, he won without another All-Star or whatever. Pau Gasol was a top 5 center/forward in the league the year before and all through his playoff run with the Lakers. You guys are just casuals. You don't know the game. All you know is your love for Kobe. I get it. But just lead with that. Lead with you don't know basketball, and lead with I'm just going to say narratives. But don't, and stay safe in the comments. Otherwise, just get off the show.
Great
Get
take,
him,
great
Travis.
take. All right, Ishmael, any last words,
He
brother?
called his daddy.
I actually think LeBron James is going to play at least 3 years in total. I think he'll play 3 years, and I just think that, and during this time, I wish he leaves LA because the Kobe fans don't deserve it. Real Laker fans, I understand they're supportive, but they don't deserve LeBron James. I think LeBron should go somewhere else to win rings, ring somewhere else. So that's what I believe. I hope he at least wins another ring before he retires, though. And that's my take. Yeah.
All right. Well, talking about that, what you just said, because Craig also said the same thing. We have the poll vote up, and in the poll vote, the question was asked, what would be the ideal offseason for GOAT James? 31% or 30% is. Let me see here. Let me make sure I get the right numbers here. All right. I'm sorry. Yeah, 30% say LeBron James to go with a title contender. 32% say he should stay with the Lakers and sign the max deal. 14% say they should sign a superstar in LA, and 24% says GOAT James just winning the gold is an ideal offseason for them. So it looks like a lot of people are interested in LeBron leaving the Lakers because, Kobe fans have made it rough for us to appreciate LeBron over there. So let's get your last words from any last words, brother?
Well, let me actually cook on the actual topics. I believe LeBron's going to stay in LA. I do think he should take less money so they can actually build around him. There's probably going to be some other moves that has to be made. Maybe trading D'Lo of some sort. Maybe if they can get him out of there. But I think he stays in LA. There's no point in him leaving. I hope they do draft Bronny, just so he can mentor his son 2 years and then possibly retire. I agree with Ishmael that he might play maybe 2-3 more years. What else? Well, this if he did leave, it wouldn't shock me. And if he did leave, I hope he goes to the Knicks. So we'll go there. We'll go there. So
shut up now. I'm gonna cut you off. You done brought the Knicks up. I don't want no Knicks being brought up, and Brandon don't want no Knicks being brought up ever. So don't even start. Hurry up, so we
don't do me like that.
Hurry up, so
all right,
we can get up out of here.
I'm gonna land it here on the Olympics.
I'm
gonna land it here on the Olympics. So if LeBron does win the gold medal, we already know every hater on the planet is going to downplay it. But if he does lose, oh God, it'll be the worst thing since sliced bread. He had the best team ever. That's what you'll hear. He had the best team ever and didn't win a gold medal. So if he wins, he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. So that's it.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear
him,
you.
Travis.
All right, Sturdy, any last words, brother? You got any last words for us, brother?
John Stockton up top 5 point guard. Of course, not gonna forget. Second thing.
Oh my god.
I
Second
can't
thing. I just
believe
want to say
it took that long for you to say it, man.
I don't
God.
listen to
no, it's
Xavier.
not. No. Hey,
I
Johnny, you
don't
gotta
even listen
switch
to
up
you
the
until you say that.
timing. You gotta switch up the timing, man. Like, what you mean?
All right, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But anyway, like all I was saying for earlier is just gauging how great a team is should not just resort to just regular season accolades and accomplishments. It should take into account the whole thing because we don't just determine the greatest of a team by how they do in the regular season. We determine how they do in both the regular season and the playoffs. But none, like I think LeBron is going to do what LeBron does. He's going to get the most money as much as possible, and unfortunately, that just means staying with the Lakers. And last thing too, depending on what you value. If you think he has the best Finals MVP, explain why. It should not just be predicated off his unique situation and a team record that he played against. It should be a criteria that's applicable to everybody. That's it.
Facts, that's good. Good take. Good take. Appreciate you, sturdy. All right, New World. Any last words, brother?
Yeah, shout out to the panel again. Shout out to GJK. Y'all doing y'all thing. Shout out to Travis keeping his foot on these guys' necks. But
Donnie Brasco.
oh yeah, we need to keep that. But you know, my final thoughts is, I hope LeBron just gets his gold medal. They've been calling this man LeBron's for 20 years, and it's about time for that narrative to change. I think it will once he gets the third gold medal, because it's gonna be like, oh, what you gonna say about that? But as far as LeBron leaving in the offseason, if I don't think Laker fans deserve him. I'm a Laker fan, been a Laker fan, because I know how he is looked at, over here by the majority of Kobe fans. It would be nice to see LeBron just go ahead and just go to a fourth team and get that fourth Finals MVP, because you already know that's going to happen if he brings another team to a championship. He gonna get that fourth Finals MVP. So it'll be 4 on 4 different teams. That's just another that's just another notch on the GOAT case that nobody could be able to deny at that point. So either way, if he stays in LA or if he goes to another team, I'm good, because I already got LeBron as number one. So at this point, everything else is just icing on the cake.
Facts. Good take, sir. All right, Paul, I was going to let Paul get his last word, and I guess Paul had to get him out of here. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, you guys see what it is. It is the GOAT James Kingdom Show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. You guys know to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. Check us out every Sunday, noon Eastern time, for the GOAT James Kingdom Show, where we go live and talk about the greatest player to ever play the game, LeBron James, and the greatest players to play the game, and all the stuff that goes on within today's NBA. Also, don't be afraid to check out our membership in the GOAT James Kingdom channel. We have different perks for all of our members. You guys know what it's about. We support everybody that supports us. So we want to thank everybody for supporting us. We appreciate you guys. You guys have been great. Also, catch us tonight, because we're going to be doing a live subscriber stream for the NBA Finals Game 2. Brandon and I will be able to have some fun. We're just going to be watching the finals, giving you guys play-by-play of what's going on during the NBA Finals. So don't be afraid to catch us there and do what we do best. But again, y'all, thank you for joining us. This is the GOAT James Kingdom platform. We're going to be back next Sunday with another great show for y'all. Thank you for joining us again. If you're a basketball fan and you're tired of basketball shows that talk about fake narratives and using non-basketball terms like killer instinct, playoff translation, gravity, come to GOAT James Kingdom. All right, y'all. We up out of here, man. Thanks for joining us, fellas. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate you, man. Y'all boys be good, man.
See you guys.
See y'all.